In a world in crisis, can three idiots find hope in the darkest of places? Will love conquer all, or will hate win out in the end? This is a show called Hate.
To a show called Hate from the year 2023.
2023, the future.
The future or the present?
For now.
The here.
Well, it's our...
the present for whoever's listening.
It is
But
2023.
It is, yeah.
But is it for us?
But is it for us?
It's a very... Now,
it's hard.
It's a time paradox.
We're in the middle bit.
Yeah.
This is the taint of the year. Isn't it? Yeah, it's like the year's gooch.
a bit
Yeah.
No year will claim, basically.
Yeah.
The bit of yourself you could like the elbow with your in hand.
Well, if Christmas is like the genitals business, you know, the most exciting part of the body.
Sure.
And then if New Year's is your bumhole,
yeah,
everyone's got one of those.
So
and then we're just between those
right.
two.
Okay, sure.
In the taint of the year.
Yeah, good.
Okay.
Good.
Does that feel good?
That we hadn't discussed that before.
No.
Before
I just thought of that.
But now that I think about it, it's probably the best analogy I've ever heard.
Well, if we come to we don't normally get to this point so early, but we've got to name this episode.
Oh, okay.
When we upload it to reputable storefronts.
Yeah.
So
Like
what are we on? What stores are we on?
well, I mean, Apple.
Who cares? Spotify, aren't we?
Yeah.
That's what matters. Spotify,
Yeah.
surely.
No one listens to Apple now.
I'm pretty sure everyone has tried to delete that from any device they might have.
A genuinely fun story.
Oh, yeah.
I discovered this week that I had not logged into Apple in about 3 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I believe that.
I tried to from the corporate account, which manages all our
That sounds good, doesn't it?
all our shit. And I discovered that technology has moved on in that time. And
Yeah,
now,
3 years is a long time.
And now,
computing.
and now you need two-factor authentication.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh, okay, well, I've just got to register a mobile phone number. This
Do
can't
it,
be
yeah,
hard. And
yeah.
they're like, yes, of course, John, if you just answer these
You just breathe into this.
security questions, I'm sure we'll get this sorted for you. Okay. What was the name of your first pet? And what was the name of your first manager? I was like,
Easy.
This will be easy.
Easy.
Oh, it isn't that.
No.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
I'm like, oh, dear.
You just start naming all your pets.
I tried everything. I mean, I got locked out because I tried too
Sure.
much. And I waited.
You were too keen.
Went back in, and it was like, oh, maybe I can. He says, there's a question saying, forgotten your security password question. It's like, God, yes.
Yes, I have.
Click on that. Phew.
It just comes up, you're doomed.
Yeah.
Yes.
We can't help you.
Yeah, it basically just said, we don't have enough information about you to help you solve this. So,
Goodbye.
So what does that mean?
well,
Are we still on Apple?
what it could have meant is that
Could have got some stats.
we should never change anything ever because we can't.
So is it auto just posting to Apple?
Yes, I mean, if you set it up once, you're good.
We're on a
The
feed,
problem-
are we? Like an RSS feed or something?
Right.
No, but the good news
One of 'em.
is that past John,
Oh,
I
yeah.
found an ancient dusty note file on my computer
Yeah.
where clearly I had answered
Past
these
John was very
questions.
organised, wasn't he?
I set up these questions while Nick was in the room.
Oh, this is probably the problem.
Clearly,
Nick's-
because apparently my
Nick's
first
ones.
pet was catamaran.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm
You
a...
never would have got that.
But that would have been my answer.
No, I know, but I
What's
mean,
going on?
I don't. I yeah, and
Yeah, you
that
never.
is-
You never would have got that.
No,
No,
you
no
fucked
chance.
yourself there.
What was the
You would-
man? Who was the manager?
Jack Fortune,
Brilliant.
apparently.
Yeah,
You
again.
never. You would have been there all day.
I know,
trying to
Both
get
of
that.
them are fictional.
We'd be doomed.
we
yeah.
Well, we
Yeah,
were.
that
Oh yeah, and apparently your dream job, which was a question, was the third question, chef.
I don't think I any of us set this up.
No.
I don't think you did. I don't think I did. I don't think anyone in the Big Punch
It
corporation
could be anybody.
set that up.
At this point, it wasn't me.
Well, you're the most
Well,
likely.
I
Actually,
wouldn't be
at this
trusted.
point.
I would like to be a chef, actually.
Oh, well, there you go.
Would
see?
you really?
If I had the skill set, I think that'd be a cool job.
You didn't know what
Not with the stress and then being arseholes and that. If I was like the nice chef, you know.
a nice chef.
You know, like good cop, bad cop.
Yeah.
In a-
Oh, it's a shame you've like marinated those plums wrong. Just try again. tomorrow.
And
For the love of God, don't do it again. Because I cannot emphasize enough how quickly this tone shifts.
so you want to be a good chef in a restaurant with no asshole customers.
And no
And
stress.
no, like, you know how chefs get.
Yeah.
Like, oh, dude, there are too many sausages in this mustard or something. I don't know.
It's
Yeah,
a
it's broken
fucking
like a juice
disgrace.
Yeah. You know, that kind of shit.
Yeah.
So you want like a restaurant that maybe has like 2 or 3 tables.
I want to be a chef that focuses on well-being.
I
I
see.
see,
Yeah.
Okay.
And my customers would come, and if they complain, they can fuck off.
Yeah, yeah.
So nice
So-
customers, nice staff.
Failing restaurant.
Failing
Very quiet.
failing in a commercial sense.
Can't stress enough how badly this business
But we
is.
made
But
it-
it could be very exclusive. You could have
Yeah.
3 tables. You book
Yeah.
a table for the whole night, so there
Sure.
won't be multiple customers using the same.
And you can just
table.
spread your meal out over 4 or 5 hours.
And it costs like 700 quid
Yeah.
for a 3-course meal.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah.
wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
a high tick. And the
So
meal,
three
is, the
covers
meal
would
is
be
awful. I can't emphasize that
2,100
enough.
quid
Yeah.
for 3 tables worth.
So you do
Yeah.
like one meal. You only have to serve one meal.
That'd
yeah,
be
they
good.
can't
A
choose
month.
the meal either.
Yeah.
You choose the meal, and it's
And by
whatever
the
you
time
like.
by the time they've had it, it's too late by then.
And it's probably something like sausages and mustard. Or something.
It's every night. It's sausages and mustard. We used to go to a takeaway in Stoke,
Right.
and
Right.
it was like a chicken shop kind of thing.
Oh, sure.
And there was always something on the menu that was like chicken surprise. And every time
I would not be able to resist that.
oh no, every time we said, oh, what's the chicken surprise? And he just went chicken and chips. every time
But you
it was
asked
just
him every time.
basic chicken and chips. Every time. Yeah.
I mean, it's quite meta.
That's
Yeah.
marketing, like
Oh,
next level marketing.
I mean, it was It was really geared towards the target audience of drunk morons.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, exactly,
who
yeah.
always order the chicken,
Chicken
surprise.
surprise.
I didn't really know where. Like, you could have said anything. I really didn't know
Yeah.
where you were going with that.
Yeah.
Like,
No. It was just this guy who was like, "What's the chicken surprise?"
It could be a chicken on a head of cauliflower.
Yeah, it
or
could have been
something
anything.
like that.
Yeah,
It could have been anything, but it was always just standard chicken and chips,
Yeah.
which
Right.
did away with the surprise element, really. But there
Do
you
you,
go.
do you think if you were a chef, like doing anything repetitively, you'd lose all the joy in it? Like you'd just be like, oh, fucking.
But chefs
foie gras
do get
again.
bored and that, don't they? Chefs get really upset.
Is that
Yeah.
why they kill?
Yeah,
Yeah.
They have
I
knives
think
as
so.
well. So
They have knives. They have the opportunities to kill.
yeah,
Yeah.
They have asshole customers coming
And they
back
design
going, this
new,
is cold.
like Heston Blumenthal designs new shit all the time, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
getting
I've made like a meal out of Play-Doh, but
Well,
it's
he's drunk.
edible
He's
for some
drunk.
reason.
Drunk on power.
Yeah, I
isn't
fitted a whole roast into a chicken's egg.
Yeah.
And I've resealed the egg.
Yeah.
So you have to break the egg out.
If
onto a
anything, it's
hob
more
and cook it
structurally
yourself.
sound than when the chicken laid
It's
it.
just packed in
Yeah.
there. There's stuff in
If
it.
they serve an egg,
Yeah.
you crack it open, it hatches into a beautiful gold pheasant which flies away.
And you have to hunt and kill.
hunt it, kill
And
it.
you have to, yeah, and then the game, and then the game's on.
Yeah. And he hands you a chocolate rifle. He's like, this
Yeah.
fires though. I'd kill.
Yeah.
Chocolate rifle.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
I mean, like when he used to do that show where he'd be like, Heston's Culinary Wonderland. That's a terrible
Heston's
name.
out of control.
Heston's Food Dream.
Heston must be stopped.
Yeah. Oh, he did one where it's like, I've invited 4 celebrities. He doesn't talk like that. He goes,
Oh, you've been fighting.
Oh no,
I've
I don't
invited
think you're
4
far off.
I've invited 4 celebrities.
I know. We're getting further.
We're getting
away,
early, yeah. He goes, and then they come in and they go, oh, I don't know what to expect. Oh, I'm quite excited about this,
Yeah,
you
well,
know.
this is gonna be good.
And then it's like,
And they walk in and sit down on the chair, and he goes, "You think that's a real chair?"
Yeah.
And it's made of fucking who knows, gummy bears or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, didn't he do? He famously did do one where the cutlery was the food in front of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They sat there like, oh, it's the table set.
and the food
It's
was
like,
what? Like
time
a
to
dream.
eat.
Like
Yeah.
Just bite the fork, bite it.
The thing is, by the time you've got there, you would have to sort of say, "My God, this is delicious."
I would just
You
eat.
couldn't turn around and go, "Tastes like shit, mate," because you put so much crap in here.
Yeah, there's like supporting steel
Yeah.
in this to hold my weight.
The whole frame is metal.
Yeah.
But my God, it's
Oh,
delicious.
it's delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, like when you go, I'm stepping into a Willy Wonka's,
yeah. Anything's possible.
Oh, it's Wonkaland. It's incredible. It's gonna be
Yeah.
amazing. And then you realise, when you're ushered in, that it's just like 3 walls and a production team of 20, like pointing
Staring at
cameras
you.
at you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and the cameras are made of licorice.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
That
Yeah.
kind of thing. Yeah.
And then Hester.
All being recorded onto licorice.
Yeah.
And the,
Licorice. No, not the licorice film. No.
and the producer is a Frito man.
Yeah. He's Bertie Bassett, the producer.
Yeah. It'd be horrifying in real life.
But I remember, this is one where he's like, I wanted to bring people's dreams back about, Hansel and Gretel and like a house
Sure.
made of food. He goes, and that's why I've made a house out of food. But he hasn't actually made a house. He's made like a corner of a house, like
Yeah.
Oh, I see, like a set.
yeah.
He
And then
over promises, I think.
these celebrities, he's kind of like, adults have to stand up, walk over to these two little walls in a corner, and then
I thought it was a real house.
and then bite the wall and go, "Ooh, it's actually gingerbread."
Yeah.
And cut. He goes, "Oh, are we getting a meal?" Like,
No,
I'm
yeah.
quite hungry actually.
That's not
yeah.
necessarily in the production of the food. It's how you spray paint it, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just edible spray
Yeah.
paint.
Yeah.
Because he's not really done it there. He's not done that. He's got an assistant to do that.
And he's probably got an assistant to do everything, hasn't he? At
So
this point?
it's bullshit.
Yeah,
The whole thing.
That's why you have sous chefs, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
They do. Yeah.
That's how you solve the problem.
I'd be
You'd have a shitload of sous chefs.
Yeah, I'd be depressed if I was one of Heston Blumenthal's sous chefs. I'd be really depressed.
That's you got to work up the ranks.
Today, we're going to make fucking hell, I
Make
don't know.
edible glass.
A train
Make it-
set. We're going to make a train set out of nothing but lamb's shoulder steaks or something like that. I don't know. Imagine, and you just be just like,
Yeah, it's very easy, Heston. Like words are fucking cheap, aren't they? When you're the ideas man, it's
Yeah.
like ooh.
What if we did? Heskin, just an idea. I know it's not really my place to say, but what about we just did an omelette?
Yeah.
People like omelettes.
people like it. People
Well,
like
I don't
it.
care
People
about
like it when you
omelette.
put an omelette in front of them and say, "There's an omelette."
Yeah,
Thank you.
People like omelettes.
Yeah.
I've heard.
I would find it very galling, I think, going to a Heston Blumenthal event.
Yeah.
I feel like
There's
you'd
a
be
lot
like,
of work.
"Whoa, oh, do you like that placemat? Try it." I'm like, fucking hell, just leave me alone.
Yeah. What would don't a lot of chefs have like a signature dish?
Yes.
Like, and maybe it's like you're a pop star and you had one big hit, and like even years later you're expected to still
anyone
kind of bring
churn
it
that
out.
out.
Anyone can do one dish well.
Yeah.
Anyone.
Oh really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone could.
I don't
if
know
you
what my
practice,
dish is.
it's like you could learn one song. You could sing one song really, really well.
You could just grind that down.
Yeah, I think anyone can do at least one specific thing in any area.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think the
really, really well, but obviously you couldn't then expand
Yeah.
that out to more
question
of a
of
profession.
skill or talent is whether or not you can reproduce that consistently.
Yeah,
with different
exactly.
results.
That's the difference.
yeah.
Like what if you were like maybe Heskins is like a 2-second egg or
Yeah,
something like that.
Lessons
Like,
could be something completely. It could be like bricklaying or something like that. That could be a skill. You can lay one specific brick in a house really well,
yeah.
and that's it.
Oh,
This
but
is the
what a
thing.
break.
This plays into the idea that everyone from birth has an inherent talent within them. They're greatest, but people can live all their lives never finding
never
that talent,
find it.
and instead focusing on something else, getting very good at that because they've devoted their life to it. But they were always destined to be a bricklayer
Yeah.
inside themselves.
But that kind of implies that there's one task on this planet which you might not even be aware of it. But the moment you try it, you're a savant.
Yes.
Like, you're just genius.
Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
Imagine how good that would feel.
But what if I'm saying?
I've not found it for the record.
What if, what if I think? But I think I'm good at something.
I know,
But it's
but you're better at something else.
yeah, that's my point.
Yeah.
Like, what if
Yeah.
I think God, I must have found my calling. I'm really good. Then the moment I club a seal, and I'm just like,
Oh, no!
I'm like, oh
One
God,
hit, gone.
what?
Yeah,
It's just gone.
Wow, that stroke. It's incredible.
It's
Yeah.
not.
And someone looks around and just goes, "Oh my god,
It's not even
we
dead.
found him."
It's literally vanished. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't. It's not there anymore.
You've
It's
hit it
the
so well
perfect-
that it's been cut up just right for Heston to go and
Right.
Heston goes and turns it into like a model aeroplane. or
Yeah,
something.
exactly.
And even Greenpeace can't be angry
Yeah.
about it because they're like, it's not so humane.
That's the most humane
it's more
way I've ever
humane
seen.
than letting it live.
Yeah, for the greater good.
It's the greatest move ever of all time.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, I know we just kind of got into our incredibly topical conversation about Heston and the like.
Chefs, yeah.
But we are coming off the back of
cream crumb.
Crimbo and all that.
Oh, you were saying something about a title of an episode. I just realised we derailed that completely.
No, I kind of
It's not
assumed,
like us to go off on tangents.
I kind of assumed the taint of the year would be
Oh, I
would
see.
be it.
That's
yeah.
where we were going.
I was trying to work out what was going to be more offensive, like the taint of the year or the taint of 2022 or something like that.
Yes,
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
I think the most offensive would be something like the perfect seal clubber. To be honest.
Yeah, that could lose us some listeners.
Yeah.
Well, good
Or
way.
It could gain us some others.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
Yeah.
I'm writing it down.
Yeah,
but
you gotta write it
You got to
down.
be transgressive, haven't you? You
Yeah,
got to
you've got to write everything down.
perfect
And
seal.
then
Disruptive.
Yeah.
Seal clubber, an inspirational tale.
Oh dear.
But has everyone had a good? Everyone done their
Yes.
magical
Yeah, did a
Christmas wonderland.
Well, we were saying
thing?
beforehand, yes, I had a good Christmas day, but I've been fucking ill
Yeah.
ever since.
I've been ill.
Yeah, Nick's been ill as well.
Yeah.
You've got away with it so far.
No, I haven't.
Have you been ill?
Yes, we had this conversation earlier.
Oh, you did say you've been ill.
yeah,
Yeah,
the exact same
you
day
did.
that you fell ill.
Yeah, you did say.
I
You
was
did tell
also
me.
ill.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you did tell me. We've all been ill.
We've all been bloody ill.
Doesn't listen, this one. No.
That's because of the illness.
Yeah, I am partially deaf.
You did start, when you came into the house today, you did start telling me a story which you told me earlier. So I think you may have
it's
also
happening.
suffered some
I've
brain
told you that
damage
already,
as
have I?
well. Yeah.
All right. Well, I nearly passed out in the
senility.
shower.
Yeah, you told me that.
I told you that already. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm telling the listeners now. I'm telling anyone who listens. Actually.
Yeah.
What,
yeah,
you
you nearly passed out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. It's kind of trippy.
You tried to pop an ear?
I held my nose to like pop the ears. You know, like Shrek does in Shrek 4.
Yes.
Where they play a tune. I was trying to unblock my ears, and it popped, and then the whole world started spinning.
Did you hear Smash Mouth?
No, that would have been good.
Yeah.
That would have been fun.
You're an all-star.
Yeah. But like a choir.
Yeah.
Like a voice
You're
choir.
dying.
Yeah. It's the last thing anyone will hear.
Yeah.
Hey there.
Wouldn't that be like really?
What a way to go.
Wouldn't that be so fucked up?
Yeah.
It's like when we die,
Jesus.
you just hear Smash Mouth. You're like,
But the most beautiful rendition.
But what
of-
does that mean about Smash Mouth? Does that mean they somehow knew what we all hear when we die?
voice of an angel.
Or they angels that have come
Yeah.
to Earth early to share their great message?
Oh God. So yeah. So that was fun. But yeah, we've all been ill. I think it's going round, isn't it? I'm sure
it's
listeners
going
listening to
round.
this will have been ill or are ill.
Well, yeah.
And we're here to make you feel so much better.
We have some listeners in America, and they've had it cold. Have you heard about this?
They've had it cold.
This crazy
I saw
cold,
there's snow in New York.
like
Yeah.
well, they call it like a hurricane bomb or
Yeah.
something. Has gone
Ooh.
off in the US, and it's like frozen.
Really cold.
Yeah.
It's wild, like
I-
water frozen in pipes. And
I'm only slightly aware of this. I've been a bit out.
I saw
of it.
something.
It's insane.
I did see something.
I've never seen anything like it. It's wild.
Mm.
It looks like CGI. Like you see buildings and they're encased in weird shaped ice.
Yeah.
That's all been like
Oh, I've not seen
maneuvered
that.
by the wind. It
I saw
looks
something
unreal.
pre-Christmas in New York.
Ooh.
That was just, but I've not seen anything further to that. So maybe I haven't seen it.
Ah.
Yeah, and water like big water in rivers, like big water. Not
Big,
little-
big
yeah.
water.
Big
Yeah,
water.
big water.
but it looks like slushy. Like it's like full of like
Oh.
slush. I
Yeah,
guess.
slush puppy.
like super ice.
Salted
Yes.
slush
Yeah.
puppy.
Mm.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
I'm
A savoury slush
gonna
puppy.
get that down as well.
Let's just write that down.
Write that down,
Yeah.
John.
Salted,
Just write anything down. This
savoury.
Just write down any 3-word combinations we come up
slush
with throughout the show.
puppy.
Salted slavery. Nope.
Slavery? No,
Don't write
no.
that.
Oh
Don't
no!
write
no. Wait a second.
Back up, pull up.
We need to kind of
We
brainstorm.
need to
it,
brainstorm these titles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They're getting.
Well, the only reason I'm acknowledging, Crimbo
Crim-cram.
and
Crumbleton.
the change of the year, the passing
Sure.
of the guard, is that like I feel there's a whole bunch of like micro loves about
Oh.
this time of year, which I'm not going to bring up. Just saying, I like Christmas cake, but I wanted to let you know now. But
You
I'm
do
not,
like Christmas
I'm not
cake.
going to spend a portion of the episode talking about
Well,
it.
that would be breaking format, John, which you would never
Yeah.
do.
No,
Yeah.
I never.
I
do.
don't really like any of the traditional Christmas puddings.
I don't like Christmas pudding.
It's desserts.
No.
Do you like mince pies?
Now I do.
Okay,
I didn't as a kid.
interesting.
I do now. Yeah.
They're my favourite.
What was your fucking problem as a kid?
I don't know. I had a real attitude. I think.
yeah, I knew.
Yeah.
I knew.
Very
you.
anti-
But for
Christmas.
Christmas Day, my mum, God love her, gives us options. She's like, "What dessert would you like?" I've got this. I had cheesecake.
Cheesecake.
Yeah,
on
I had a
Christmas
Christmas
Day.
cheesecake.
On Christmas Day,
Wow.
I had
When you were a
strawberry
kid?
cheesecake. No, like
Oh,
just
okay.
last week,
Right.
with strawberries on there in there.
On
It was
and about.
nice.
Wow. Yeah.
It was a very good palate cleanser.
Mm.
And then I had more pigs in blankets.
So cleansing your palate was.
I cleansed my
pointless.
palate for additional roast dinner.
Yeah.
You got to.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
But yeah, no, I wouldn't go out of my way to eat Christmas pudding. I wouldn't go out of my way to eat Christmas cake. If someone offers me a mince pie in the lead up to Christmas, I'll usually say yes now.
I'll throw it in their face.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got to.
Smash it against their
What
torso.
other ones am I missing?
Yule
Yule
log.
I don't mind Yule log.
Well, that's,
Yule log.
that's just a chocolate.
That's chocolate cake.
Chocolate
Yeah,
roll,
rolled
isn't
up
it?
there.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah. I generally like a fruity cake.
Do you?
Me, I have a lot of time for it, and a Christmas cake makes me very happy.
So that's
It's the only
That's-
time of the year you're allowed to eat it. It's
that's like a
probably-
malt loaf with raisins and shit in it.
Well, not really a malt, because that's more like saurine, isn't it? A malt.
Yeah.
No, okay.
idiot. It's just like
So with fondant round it.
Yeah,
yeah,
marzipan,
yeah.
right?
Get some icing on it.
yeah,
Although the
yeah.
icing is my least favourite bit.
See, it's my favourite bit.
Oh,
Because of
interesting.
course
Yeah.
it is. Marzipan and icing. I always want the corner.
Oh,
the
yeah.
three-dimensional corner of a
Right,
Christmas
yeah.
cake, because they're always square, aren't they? Well, not always square, but often square. And that way I get maximum surface area of icing. And marzipan.
Interesting, yeah.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah,
important to me.
I ate a slice of Christmas cake before we went on air,
Oh.
and
Oh, decadent.
because I am a child,
Yes.
I always focus on eating the icing first.
To get out of the way.
Yeah, basically to
Right.
leave. Not that I don't
I
appreciate.
literally
yeah.
do the opposite of you.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
get the cake out of the way. And then,
Yeah.
ooh, it's icing time for me. Oh.
I mean, in terms of purity of flavour, are you not just eating a geometric shape of sugar at the end?
That's
Yeah.
100%. I
100%,
think
yes.
that's the point.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the exciting part, isn't it?
When I walked in your house, and I've had so much chocolate this last week, I walked into your house and went, "Oh, chocolate!"
Yeah,
I think
straight
I will.
away.
What the fuck is wrong with
Yeah.
us? Yeah.
I just started eating.
The I made the Christmas stuffing
Oh, well
this
done.
year, which I've done every year for 15 years. That's my big kind
Oh,
of
do you want a medal?
That's your thing. Maybe that's your
pat on
thing,
the back
John.
would be nice. You
Okay, I
know?
can't reach you from here.
That's your talent.
Thank you. Yeah, that's my one thing.
Maybe it is your one.
Yeah,
thing.
that's
It could
the
be.
one thing I'm in.
That's your
yeah.
skill.
And a bit of celery goes in.
Nice.
Yeah, it's like
Celery.
pork, celery, apricot, bacon, that sort of
Nice.
thing. And of course, you know, now we have a shit ton of celery in my house.
I like celery.
I don't mind celery.
I like it raw. Dip it in salt.
Oh,
Wait, what?
that's
Really?
interesting. Dip it in salt.
Yeah.
Salt.
That's something
Dip
I
it in
learned from
salt
my
and
mum, I
wrap,
think.
wrap it in.
You get a celery
fondant.
stick and you just dab the end on your tongue like that, so it's a bit wet. Dip, dip, dip in salt. Like there's a lot of salt on there.
Right.
We're talking like a frosting of salt. Bite off the end. Oh, that's good.
That's just salt.
I mean, it's basically salt. Yeah.
You see,
That's like anything.
It tastes exactly like salt.
Yeah.
I feel we've
overall,
spent
yeah.
a long. We've spent so much energy as a culture. And as a podcast, trying to convince people that we don't live in some Dickensian nightmare.
Sorry.
And then you're
Sorry,
like,
I'm taking a step back.
oh, how did you enjoy Christmas? Oh,
My dips.
I got to dunk the celery in salt. My
I got
lord.
to. Yeah.
Oh, you have
Only the
to.
good kid round the
Preserves
table
it
gets,
as well.
gets the salt.
Right. Well, the only reason I brought up celery is that like the unused celery is lying in the pantry because I'm again living in a Dickensian novel next to all the Christmas chocolate. So it's a real kind of comparison.
Oh, either or.
You got to look at the celery every time you go for a chocolate.
Only the celery has been there so long, as in like a
Yeah.
week, that it's actually bent in half and
Sure.
started pointing up like towards the sun.
like it's growing?
It's, yeah, bending or
It's
yeah.
regenerating.
I
Yeah.
don't like that at all.
Yeah.
That's a
Put
real
some
shame.
salt in it. That'd fuck it up.
So yeah, I'll stop it growing.
Just
Yeah.
just put it in salt. Yeah, might as well.
It really makes the celery taste like salt.
I bet it does. Yeah.
I can imagine.
It does.
Salt and celery.
I did mine in barbecue sauce.
What does that make it taste like?
Yeah, it just tastes like barbecue sauce.
Ah, that's good. Yeah. Oh, good stuff.
Well, who's
Yeah.
got a hate then?
Oh.
Ooh.
Well, I've got a hate
Oh.
that ties nicely into food.
Oh,
which is
hello.
where- which
That
is where
seems
we
like
were.
a good place
Yeah.
to start.
Thematic strength here.
Here we go.
So I was in France
Oh,
Yeah.
ooh la la.
because très
oui.
bien. Oh, oui, très bien.
Le petit déjeuner.
Yeah, we had some of that. Actually.
Yeah?
Yeah, and déjeuner as well.
you have
A
déjeuner?
grand déjeuner.
Oh,
Wait.
Yeah, good question.
Breakfast?
Petit déjeuner is breakfast.
It's little lunch, isn't
and
it?
déjeuner is lunch.
Is it really?
It is.
Petit déjeuner is just little lunch.
They say little lunch.
What's dinner?
Dinner.
Well,
Massif déjeuner.
Le grand. Oh, le grand déjeuner. Yeah.
So we were staying with Ali's dad, who
Monsieur.
Monsieur White. Yeah.
Blanc.
Blanc.
Fuck.
We're doing so well.
Oh God.
And his wife, and they cooked up a storm for us. And
nice.
we had a French Christmas Eve,
French Christmas
which is
Eve.
when they celebrate Christmas.
In France, they just call it Christmas Eve, don't they? So. that's the
Yeah, they do.
I do
French
petit.
Christmas.
Petit.
I don't know what they call Christmas actually.
No, what is the French word for
Is
Christmas?
it Noel?
Oh yeah, Bon.
Probably.
Bon Noel.
Joyeux
Bon
Noel.
Noel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's probably Noel.
Anyway, and the way it works in France is you eat for about 7 hours.
Oh.
Constantly.
Yeah.
From about
They just
midday.
make you.
Well, no, it's from about sort of 3 or 4 in the afternoon, and then you just eat until I think either you die
Yeah.
or you sleep
Yeah.
or they run out of food. I don't know what
Yeah.
happens.
One of them.
And
No,
it's
but
just
those are
constant
your options.
waves of food.
Jesus.
And so
Were you with any French people?
no.
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 Solely British people.
All British people sat around a table mimicking what the French do
Okay.
as best they could, having learned from.
What you think the French do?
Well, no,
not
they've had it.
Oh, sure.
So
yeah.
the only reason they knew what happened is because they were invited. One of their very first Christmases when they moved out there, they were invited to a friend down the road.
Sure.
And they went round their house at about 3, and they were like, "Oh, it's probably just a drink, because the
Yeah,
French
yeah.
have a little wine at about 3. Well, they have wine basically every hour of the day.
Sure, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But like, it's probably just a little. I can't remember what they call it now. When you just have a little wine, just have a little wine.
No.
In the same way we might go around for a cup of tea.
A
They just-
snifter.
yeah, just have a wine,
Yeah.
right? So like, oh, it'll be that, and then some like little vol au vents came out, some amuse bouches. are. Okay. And then some salads came out. And then after a while, they were like, oh, well, we're full. This is about 5 p.m. We'll leave. And they're like, no.
You mustn't.
No, you're
can't.
in now.
You can't.
And now the meal's about to begin. And they're like, what? And it just carries on.
Jesus.
It's just wave after wave of just stuff. But it's like little things. It's like amuse-bouche things. It's like,
Okay.
fish,
That's all right then.
Fish and, salmon and prawns.
It's not like a
and
full
garlic
roast dinner
prawns and
after
stuff.
all these courses.
No. Although there is one course which is basically like a full meal in a bowl. And then it goes back to like waves of little things. It's wild how it just keeps going. I don't think I've ever eaten that much in one sitting. But in the middle, after the amuse-bouches, but before the sort of meal bit, there are a few different things that we had. One of them was garlic prawns, and they were literally full-on prawns. You had to like take all the bits off of them, rip the heads off, tails, everything. You had to do it all yourself.
All that.
That was very delicious. Snails, which this is the only second time in my life I've ever had snails before. Escargot.
Escargot.
Yeah. And they're in the shells.
Oh,
And they're coated in lots of garlic butter, and I cannot stress enough how much butter made its way in the shell, around the shell, on my hand.
I
in my
have a
face.
question about snails.
Go for it.
Why?
Well, there's that, but I'm gonna.
Well, they're everywhere.
I'm gonna go with the less obvious question.
Sure.
Which is, do they still have the antenna?
I can't. That's a great question.
Thank you.
What you get a shell, right? And you have a pin. It looks like a pin, but it's a piece of cutlery in France. And you jam that into the shell, and then you pull it out. And
This, by the way, already sounds grotesque.
And you have it on the end of the pin, right? And it looks, honest to God, it looks like a mushroom.
I don't know mushrooms.
Well, yeah, here's a problem. It looks like a cooked mushroom covered in garlic butter. And it basically tastes like that as well.
I'm not sure I could get it out of my head.
One of the many lies we tell ourselves in order to eat our disgusting food.
I couldn't see anything that looked like a snail because I think because they've been cooked, they've sort of shrunk into the shell.
Gotcha.
And they're just this blob now.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure in my sort of narrow-minded way, I don't think I could get that out of my head. What that is.
I think I would struggle.
Holding the
actually.
shell doesn't help.
No,
Yeah.
sure, yeah.
The garlic
on its
butter, though.
literal house.
The garlic butter does help a lot, if
Yeah,
I'm honest.
I'll bet,
Both
yeah.
for lubrication to get him out of there.
And get the flavour in.
Yeah. And it was delicious, but it tasted of garlic butter.
You may
But
reach
you're
a
almost
point.
just better off eating a spoonful of garlic butter.
I mean,
Yeah.
I did at the end.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Because when all the snails were gone, it was all there.
Oh, yeah.
And I had a spoon. I had a pin. No, I had a spoon.
Yeah.
And I was,
When
whoa.
Yeah,
when in
yeah.
Gaul. I mean, that was a very clever joke.
It was.
But I guess, like, you're preparing the escargot.
Indeed.
And, the head chef is like, now you may reach a point where you feel that's enough butter.
Yeah.
But I assure you, you need to cover that filthy bastard.
I don't.
We,
they don't have that point. I don't think.
Yeah, we need to not be thinking about what we're eating.
We need to be able to obscure a physical object
Yeah.
with a transparent fluid. And I don't know how they did it, but they managed. It's incredible. But those aren't my hates, because I loved all of this.
Sure.
I was
Oh.
very full, and it was incredible being
Yeah.
served this incredible meal. But then the
Who
oysters.
was serving it?
Graham's wife, Eddie.
Okay.
So Ali's stepmom.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the oysters came out.
Oh, I see.
And I don't hate oysters, right? But I just do not understand the point of oysters at all. And so my hate is less oysters themselves and more like, I don't know whether I hate myself or whether I just hate the concept of oysters. I just don't understand. I've only had them a handful of times. I was like, I'm going to go for it again because maybe this time is the time that I'll have oysters and I'll get it.
Yeah.
Because everyone around the table was like, oh, these are really good. These oysters.
These are the best.
These specific oysters. Really good batch. Graham loves them. Like, my sister-in-law, Amy, loves them, right? These are great oysters. Chop it straight down. And I'm sitting there eating it. I'm like, it's seawater.
Yeah.
It tastes like seawater.
Yeah. But you like salt.
Well, this is my point. This is why I wouldn't say that I hate them. I don't, like, if I was going to give them a score out of 10, I'd give them 5 out of 10, which means I don't like them and I don't dislike them. They're just there. Like, I might stick my head into a rock pool in a harbour, and for me, and that would taste the same.
Is it?
How are they a delicacy?
Is it possible that, like, you were being, like, initiated and it was like, okay, so
Gentle hazing.
You've had your prawns in garlic butter.
Yes.
You've had your they're seeing, like, what? Oh god, this guy's nasty.
the oysters-
What's he gonna
The
eat?
oysters
No one
come
else
with
was
garlic
eating.
butter as well.
No.
No, they're just
on
they
their
are.
own.
They're
Yeah.
just they are.
I've had oysters before
yeah.
with sauces on them.
Yeah.
Like you put a bit of mustard or something on them, or you put like a bit of garlic
Yeah.
on them. And of course, tastes like garlic.
So were these cooked oysters, or were they just straight out of a shell
Oh shit, I don't know.
I
Well, they were
guess-
cold.
Yeah. So because I think
Did you have
mostly
them
they're
in-
raw.
did you have them
aren't
in a
they?
shell?
Yeah.
Were they just like
They were in the
like
shell,
that?
but Graham had previously popped the top of the shell.
Oh, yeah.
So that they went out. I was able to like lift that. And
Oh
I
yeah,
could
they're
see
probably
it.
just. They're probably just.
And
as
then you
they
get your
were
pin
then.
again, and you
Yeah.
go to break it
Jesus
because it's
Christ.
connected to the bottom
Oh,
of
it's
the
got
shell.
its.
I'm not,
got its
again,
little
I don't
foot.
think I could get past all this.
Yeah.
This looks way worse
Oh
by the
yeah,
way,
I bet.
than the
yeah.
snail
I
does.
bet it does.
Yeah, because it looks like
Snot.
just like a pool of slime.
Do you feel any hornier afterwards?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was already pretty horny before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Too.
And garlic does
quite a
that
lot.
to me.
Quite a lot of butter. Yeah.
Butter does that to me.
Yeah.
The idea that you're all just like covered in grease, butter everywhere,
Seawater.
horny as fuck, and we're like,
What do I do?
bring me oysters.
I'm coming. Yeah. So I just I think it's me. Probably.
No, I don't know. I don't think it is. I think I would struggle with French Christmas based on this
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah, a fair amount of yeah.
So did they come out like served on ice or like I think that's how
No, they were on
restaurants
like
do
a
it.
metal tray.
Oh,
like,
sure,
it was
yeah.
quite, and they were in a
Yeah,
sort
lemon.
of spiral.
You get like a wedge of lemon, don't you, with oysters or not?
Yeah, well, yes,
Yeah.
yeah, they did have that this time as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That probably helps.
which I did, for two of them I had lemon on, which I tasted.
Yeah.
I tasted the lemon.
Yeah.
Didn't I?
that would help me, I think.
If
Yeah.
you're like a decent cook or a professional chef or something, and there's a very good chance like a fancy restaurant might serve oysters. Arguably the one food that requires no cooking
work at
ability.
all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could serve
What preparation
oysters
do you think they do?
All they have to do is pop them
Yeah.
and make sure they're not rotten. I
and
suppose.
get a pearl. If you,
Maybe they're
if you
cheap.
know.
Maybe that's why they're so plentiful.
Well,
But you're not going to credit the chef, are you, with a good oyster?
No,
You're
that's
just going to go. You're going to credit the sea with that.
You
It's like, well done, sea.
Credit the wholesaler.
Because some
Yeah.
people like, as you said, like having lemon on is quite traditional. Maybe having like hot sauce on.
Yes, hot sauce. is
Paprika
another
or something
one.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would be good.
But I just and to be honest, after the first one, because I had just a mouthful of seawater, I started opening them and then I would drain the seawater from
Sure.
them. So it's like because
They would definitely fresh. If there's seawater coming off, them, they must be fresh.
yeah, exactly. And then I was like, now I'm gonna get to the bottom of this oyster mystery. No, just tasted like seawater, but now chewy, slightly chewy water.
So if Monsieur Blanc
He'd-
he'd
That's what I called him all
he'd
Christmas.
chucked
Otherwise,
them.
he hit me with a franche baton, which is a baguette.
Le baguette.
C'est not d'accord.
It doesn't take us long to like fall into the stereotypes.
No,
does
it's
it?
very easy.
I'm always
Yeah.
amazed at how good we are at speaking French.
Yeah,
We're really
yeah,
good.
yeah.
We're really good.
So he'd shucked them,
He chucked him.
and then did he serve them with the top shell on? So it was like a little Kinder Surprise. You could
Kind
just
of,
open
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know how big my oyster was going to be. My
Sure.
first one was very small, like the size of a 1p piece.
Good.
And I think
that's
some
all
people,
right.
some people be like, "Oh, I've really been shortchanged there." But for
You're,
me, I
like,
was like, "This will
relieved.
ease me back into oysters."
Sure.
Screw it, eat that. Second one, massive.
Yeah.
The size of probably my tongue.
Jesus.
Massive.
Oh no, I don't like
big,
that.
big oyster. That
Surely
one.
there shouldn't be that amount of disparity between oysters.
No.
Well, that was the runt. I probably ate the runt.
You're right. at the
See, I don't
runt
like
of the litter.
Because and again, I've never had just true oysters in that manner.
Okay.
But like I've heard it said that you don't even some people don't even chew.
No.
You just go like "Ugh," and it's gone.
But that
Throw
was a
it back,
discussion
don't
that
you?
happened around the table. It's like, if you want to, just chuck them down your throat.
Yeah.
But, I can't remember who it was. Monsieur Blanc probably
probably
said
Monsieur
something to the
Blanc.
effect of, I'd recommend chewing these because I think this is a particularly good batch. So everyone did.
Okay.
And I did. It wasn't really a problem. I didn't struggle with that per se. I struggled with getting any sort of anything from
sorry.
it. Like,
I'm sorry, but if the proprietor of your Christmas experience, you've just eaten fucking snails and you're horny and covered in butter, and he goes, bring out my sea slime, and
Yeah.
you go, I'd recommend chewing.
I'd
these."
recommend chewing this slime.
I think it's particularly good.
This is a batch. This is a batch to watch.
I think I like disgraced myself in that situation.
Yeah.
I think they come straight back up.
I think-
to be honest with you.
There were 4 each, and I had all 4 of mine.
Jesus.
And I'm very proud of that.
Now, Nicholas, I would recommend chewing these because. Let me tell you, this will be a biblical experience. Like,
For everyone.
this is about to get primordial.
Yeah. Being told to chew something is an interesting command
Yeah.
at the dinner table.
I'll tell you what I've always wanted to try, which is in the same family as oysters.
Here we go.
Scallops.
Oh, scallops are good.
Never had scallops.
Have you not had scallops?
Never.
No.
Yeah.
I always see them on MasterChef and think they look good.
What's good about them is that they don't look like oysters.
Yeah.
No. They look like the in between something
Yeah.
that lives in a shell and actual fish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a scallop had the good sense to evolve into becoming like a perfect cylinder.
Yeah.
It's just a little,
They're very satisfying.
a
to
little
look at.
disc of meat.
Yeah.
and it
Looks
looks
like a
delightful.
marshmallow.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
I'd love to try a scallop,
There, you
but
like
yeah,
that,
never
I
had the
think.
opportunity.
The thing is, like, even if like an oyster looked like, well, it does look like ass. Like it looks awful.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way you're telling me.
Yeah.
I don't care like how many people say it's a delicacy. I'll accept that. Fine. I'm the Philistine, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
But it looks like ass.
Yeah. I think we can all agree on
We
this.
can all agree. on
But
that.
if it looked like ass, but like honest to goodness, it tasted exceptional.
Like
Like just a firework in your mouth.
Yeah.
I'd be like, okay, I kind of get it.
But then,
This
then
is
we've
it.
all been socially conditioned to think that looks delicious.
Oh, you're right. Sorry, no, that's actually one of the smartest things you've ever said.
Like if it was the greatest food of all time, we'd all go, "My God, look at that!
Yeah.
Isn't that incredible?"
Snot
to
is the
look
most
at?
lovely
Wouldn't we?
thing.
No.
No, that's a very good point. That's a very good point.
Thank
But
you.
in that case, then where are we then? Because
Yeah.
So what looks good? What's the best looking food? That's the next question.
Oh, the most attractive. Food.
Yeah, aesthetically,
attractive food,
like a burger.
probably celery with some salt on the end.
Pellet.
Like an apple. I don't know.
An apple.
Well,
Well,
fruit is very appealing to look at, isn't it?
I suppose
We've
the fact
evolved
that
to
it's-
look at
yeah,
that.
I
and
suppose
go-
that it's natural. I suppose so.
But no, a
Yeah.
burger would probably be up there for me.
like
A
a burger.
pizza.
If you look at a burger, you think, "Oh,
if I look
Yeah.
at a pizza,
I could eat that." Pizza.
Fucking hell.
Yeah,
Nice
but that's
egg.
because
Yeah.
they're junk food that we've been
We're
socially
conditioned to know that
isn't
that's
it?
full
There you
of
go.
like fat and sugar and
But,
everything.
but my point is that like this thing which looks like ass,
Mm.
it generally people go, oh, you don't chew it, you just swallow it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and you better add some lemon to give it flavour.
Yeah.
And also, it has no flavour.
This is the weird thing.
Like, it just tastes like salt.
But also,
Do you
like,
put, it tastes like salt already.
we've
I was about to say, do you put salt on it? But
We've
no.
evolved to be wary of things that we shouldn't eat. You know, like for
Yeah.
example, things that are too bright red, we're like, oh, probably not. Things that are yellow and black striped, we're like, well, won't eat that.
Probably won't.
Things that stink or look like shit,
Yeah.
probably is shit. Won't eat that.
Yeah.
Rotten meat, that sort of thing. Then you have this.
That's really like day one of like
really
of
is
food safety,
101,
isn't it?
Yeah. And then you have what looks like sea snot trapped inside something that's near impossible to open with any sort of prehistoric device.
Yeah.
And we're meant to just go, no, nommy down the hatch.
Yeah, lovely.
Like,
The thing is, I like olives,
yes,
which I know are an acquired taste.
I like olives.
I love
Yeah,
a
olives
caper. I love capers.
Yes, that's more of an acquired
you know,
taste.
salty capers, delightful. I like anchovies.
Yes,
You
even
know?
more. We're ramping
So
up the
clearly,
scale.
all the salty, disgusting things, I'm a big fan of them.
Yeah.
And yet, I'm not going
the line
like,
at oysters.
ooh, oyster,
gonna
got
pull
to get in on
towards
that.
that.
Yeah.
This is the thing. I don't hate them. I want to really
No.
stress this point. I don't hate oysters,
No.
and I'm actually very grateful that Monsieur Blanc
Yeah.
offered this up to me.
Oh.
I'm sure they were quite
Oh,
expensive.
it sounds like a very good spread.
Yeah, it was.
Don't get
It
me
was
wrong.
incredible. I don't understand their nothingness. I don't understand why I'm supposed to love them, and because I don't either love or hate them, I hate that fact about them.
Yeah.
I feel like there are certain foods that people are expected to think, "Oh my goodness, that is
Yeah.
decadent."
Yeah,
And oysters is one of them.
Yes.
Like caviar is another.
but is it
Yeah,
all a lie
I
that
was
we're
gonna-
all just telling
I was
each
going to
other?
bring up caviar.
I've never had
Apparently,
caviar.
it just tastes like salt.
Well, I had caviar again in this spread.
my.
Here we go.
There we
Monsieur
go.
Blanc spawned a fucking good spread.
It was astonishing.
And here you are, bad mouth.
Yeah.
It's a good thing you can't speak English.
What a monster!
It's a good thing.
Yeah, he's definitely listening to this podcast. Like, I don't understand a word.
Yeah.
Graham, if you're listening, I'm very sorry.
Monsieur Blanc. Otherwise, he will hit you with a baguette.
So caviar.
Caviar.
Tell us about caviar.
Well, it tastes kind of salty.
Everyone always says you can't describe the taste of caviar until now.
I would say it tastes of salt and fish,
Sure.
and it's actually got quite an appealing texture because it sort of pops very subtly, and it's really good with other stuff. So more of like a topping on something. So we had it as a topping. We had these tiny little cups that were like shot glasses,
Yeah.
and they had a tiny salad inside. Right, so they had a few tiny lettuce leaves, chopped up prawn, chopped up crab,
Jesus.
this incredible sauce,
This is
and then
classy.
it was amazing. And there were like 70 of them. I am not lying to you, right? Imagine a tray,
What do you mean?
two trays,
70 shot glasses.
70 shot glasses with
Jesus.
tiny salads inside. It's wild. Anyway, and then sprinkle on the top, two different kinds of caviar, one which was black and one which was like transparent red.
See, I take it all back. Actually, this sounds delightful.
Oh, it was incredible.
Yeah, I would eat that.
Yeah. No, you would, and you would have loved it because it was. I had loads of those little pots.
Yeah.
Because they were great.
I would have enjoyed that.
You see, I'm torn between wanting it's like, I'm drawn to the light of this decadent feast, and like I want to be part of it, but knowing it's like a 7-hour feast. And
I also had a tiny fork for those, right? Because of course conventional forks are going to fit in a shot glass, is it? So I had a tiny fork that looked like a borrower fork.
I'll be honest, I assumed it was down in one.
Yeah, I kind of assumed you.
No, you don't shot it. You eat it out of it, like you'd eat a yogurt,
right?
But with a tiny little fork.
And then you go back for more.
Yeah.
Is there like around hour 3? Does everyone just go? Does everyone just go and have a shit or something like that?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I did. I think I did 2 strategic plops.
Yeah.
Like mid banquet.
I'd tell you another thing about oysters.
Yeah.
If we're talking shitting.
Right.
I'd be worried about how they're coming out.
Yeah.
Well, true. Luckily, I'd eaten so much that they got
It
probably
compacted.
yeah.
But you think about it, like, it's going in. You're not really chewing it.
I don't think my body's getting anything.
You
out of
chewed
that.
that big one.
Yeah, I had to chew the big one.
Yeah,
I would have choked to death.
They're
if I'd swallowed
probably.
that.
Oh, that's worse. Oh, Christ.
Yeah.
But if you look at it and it looks like it's going to taste awful, right?
Yeah.
Because we can all agree it looks like ass. But then and it's almost more insulting that when you put it in your mouth, it tastes of nothing but seawater because it's not even trying. It's not even doing what it should be doing with the flag that it's waving, which is look at me, I'm disgusting. It doesn't taste disgusting.
I
It
wonder
tastes of seawater.
who the first person to drink oysters.
Well, basically.
eat oysters was.
I think
and who thought I'm going to introduce this to the masses.
And they lied.
Yeah.
And they were like, "This is a delicacy," and everyone listened ever
Well,
since.
I don't actually know I don't know the name of the very first person, but I do know that they were peasant food.
How about
like
that?
literally because it was
That's interesting, isn't it?
who else would eat this shit? Because
Yeah,
we're
well-
so poor, we're going to go eat an oyster.
There you go then.
And then the rich started
rich
looking
cottoned
at it
onto
and were
it.
like, "Oh, that looks good."
Yeah.
And now it's gone the
See, that's the most surprising bit, that they looked at it and went, "Oh, I fancy some of that."
Well, a lot of that stuff happens. Like a lot
But
of
no,
things...
that particularly, I mean.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
But like, you think of like, what else is like a lobster? I think like even originally, like, because look at it, what sane
who would eat
person
that?
would
Yeah.
eat that? Yeah,
I've never had lobster.
I've had like
No,
like
I
a
haven't.
tiny bit of like
Oh, no,
lobster
I
in
have.
a
That's
thing.
not true, I
Is
you
it
know?
like prawn?
Yeah, but like
Because I like prawns.
no. Here's the thing, like like you see.
It's a meatier
Oh, even better.
Yeah.
option.
Well, so you've had it.
I've had it not out of the shell or anything, but I've had it within other
Yeah,
things. Yeah.
I think that's the thing, like, because I don't know if I've gotten the full lobster experience of going to like an American, like
Wearing a bib.
getting a bib,
I've
you
never
know,
done that.
And that's got a lot of butter involved
Yeah.
as well, the lobster experience.
Yeah.
which makes you wonder
It does.
how, like, it's like, is it literally a requirement we have to drown this shit in butter? Because
Make
how
it taste
else
of
would you
anything.
enjoy it? Yeah.
Well, this is it. Why would you eat a sea insect
Yeah.
if not to drown it in butter?
I remember seeing, years ago, it always stuck with me because it was so horrific. I remember seeing
Great.
its show years ago, and it was about like, I don't know, like indigenous people in America, like rediscovering like techniques that people had used for like fishing years ago. Don't ask me why. I remember watching this years ago, and they were doing fishing to catch like sea creatures, but not like the good attractive fish, not like a sexy fish, but like something that crawls on the bottom.
Right.
And they were catching like sea cucumbers, like these weird
yeah.
slug creatures that
Yeah.
lived on the bottom. And I remember this guy coming up on the boat and he's like, "Oh, I've got one." He brings this thing out and it's alive. And it's just like this blob where he's holding his hand and it's like black and white. And I was like, I don't like this at all. He goes, and we caught this. And of course, in ancient days, our people would eat this. It's very good eating. It's a lot of protein. Then this dude just goes, "Let me try it." And just literally just takes it off him and just bites.
What?
Just
While
bites.
it's alive.
Yeah, just bites into this thing and just tears a chunk off it. And
Bear Grylls did that to a snake once.
yeah, well, fuck's yeah,
He's
no,
a-
snake,
he's a-
snake,
I mean,
snake.
he's a
eye.
nutter,
Wait,
isn't he?
wait, a live.
Yeah.
They've got bones.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Did he know? Did no one tell
Yeah,
him?
he
about
was
the
on-
They
bones?
might not have known.
He did a Louis Theroux interview like a few weeks ago, and they showed the footage of him just grabbing a snake out of like a pond or somewhere, marshland, and he just bit
Chomp.
its neck and killed it.
Oh, to kill it.
Did he take a bite then?
Did
Oh,
he
he took a
then-
bite. Yeah.
Like a chunk of meat in
Did
his
he
mouth?
chew and eat
I think
it?
so.
Wow.
Yeah. He's a nutter.
So anyway, this guy takes a bite out of a sea cucumber.
Well, yeah, and then
What did he say? Was it like...
He was like, "Yeah, it's nice."
It's fine.
But again, I just have this
I'd rather it
vivid
was
memory
cooked.
of like this wobbly bit of like
gelatinous?
white and black flesh. The fact it was black and white as well, that
Yeah.
made it worse.
Yeah, that's another warning sign that we've evolved to
Yeah.
ignore, I feel.
Yeah.
I mean, arguably,
People are weird, aren't
everything's protein. Arguably.
Guess. Yeah.
Yeah, but he wasn't desperate. if you were desperate, I'd understand.
Yeah.
He was just on a
kill
fishing
it
trip.
first. Kill it.
Kill it
but
first.
Cook it. I don't know. Jeez.
Yeah. Hit it with a mace or something.
Something like that. Yeah.
Squirt it with mace.
Yeah.
It's delicious, salty. Anyway,
My hate
Here we go.
is being 92nd out of 92.
that's last.
That's dead last.
Yeah.
So, many of you regular listeners, and you, John and Nick, will know that I support a football team.
Oh,
Here we go.
Oh, no.
Here we go.
That football team is currently 90 fucking second out of 90 fucking 2.
Do we need
that's
to?
bad.
How many air quotes can we put around the works football team?
Well, a lot at the moment. So
Yeah.
that team is Gillingham.
Okay.
I think we got
blasted
relegated
that.
from the division
we'll
above
beat
last.
that out. It's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, we got relegated from the division above last season. We've got demoted a league, and we are now bottom of that league.
Are you in like the kids league now?
We're in the knobhead league.
I
basically.
actually played them yesterday.
Really?
Yeah,
And you won?
I would back you at the moment, John, to have a
I
better
like the idea
record.
that the fixings board just says like Gillingham FC and then above it just says John.
John, yeah. I'd back you to have a better record than we have at the moment. So we've played 22 games. I'd like you now.
Oh no.
To not how many games we've won. I'd like you to answer me the question: how many goals have we scored in those 22 games?
How many goals?
Bear in mind these are professional footballers who were playing in the division above last season.
I don't know
Okay,
how hard to go with this.
so in 22 games, where I hasten
Yeah.
to add, you could have scored 6 goals.
Oh,
and still
yeah.
lost. You know, it could still.
Sure.
Be,
I mean,
You could have scored 0 goals
as
and drawn.
a
Yeah.
barometer, the most goals I've seen Gillingham score in a game is 5
wow.
ever.
Okay,
So
it's
that's
probably
a barometer.
Was
that
that this
probably didn't
season?
happen last.
No, that was about 10 years
Damn
ago.
it! I was
Yeah.
that was almost a clue. Well, I think I have to ask the obvious. Is it 0?
It's not 0.
Okay.
My guess was
Yeah.
going to be 1.
No. It's not quite that
Oh, okay.
bad.
Well, what are you complaining about? That's pretty good.
But no, we've
It's
scored
2, isn't it?
No, it's 7.
Across
In
22
22 games, we've scored 7 goals.
That does sound bad.
That's
even
hor-
to my amateur ear.
horrendous.
Hey, well, I mean, like, what's that's not? I mean, break it down. I mean, like,
That's
what
one goal every 3
Yeah,
games.
that's is that all right? Is that
You ain't
good?
going to win many games if you don't score many goals, John.
Football's a very low-scoring game.
Relatively.
is
Teams
true.
tend to score goals most games, though.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Scoring on average 1 in 3 and losing most of the games you do score in ain't no good.
Maybe you should support a different team.
Yeah, is it
Yeah.
time to?
So you've got to support a team that plays football to some extent.
We don't play football at the moment.
No.
We've got to support some team. But also the problem with goal scoring is twice this season we've broken our own club record for minutes without a goal. Bear in mind the club is over 120 years old.
Oh, that's a real shame.
We've broken the record twice in one season.
And I'm assuming.
Oh no.
Oh my god! And of course that counter just keeps on ticking, doesn't it? So like between
Yeah, well,
games.
we scored a
so-
goal last night,
Right.
but we lost.
Good God!
Yeah,
right,
we scored a goal last night, but lost. Having
But you could believe it.
Yeah. Well, Liz, because my phone ran out of battery, I went, "Can you just check the Gillingham score for me?" She goes, "It's 1-1." I went, "Oh, fuck off." And then she went, "Oh no, the other team have just scored again." Oh no! God.
So I'm guessing.
So we lost. And
Wait.
so it didn't matter, even though we did score a goal.
So if you scored 7 goals over the course of 22 games, does that mean you at least won 1 game?
we've won 2?
Yeah,
In the
it
league?
can't be much more than that.
2?
2 out of 22. That's pretty good. Yes.
2 out of
No. So we're bottom of the pile. So the Football League is 4 divisions. We're in the bottom of those 4 divisions, and we're bottom of that league. So we are bottom of what is commonly known as the Football League.
So could we be charitable and say that, like, while there are 4 leagues, there's no continuation between them? Like, you're really just bottom of 1 league. It's not like you're the worst
But
team
there's
out
promotion
of...
and relegation.
Oh, I see.
We got
yeah.
relegated from the league above
But
last
don't-
season, and
don't-
now we're bottom of the league.
But
beneath that.
when you get promoted, don't we just wipe the slate clean and pretend you're a new club with no,
no,
history
there's
or record?
Newly promoted, whatever.
Sure.
Or newly relegated, whatever.
Okay.
It wouldn't have been unreasonable for me to assume we would finish around 16th. I would have taken 16th.
Out of 92 teams.
Out of, well, in this
No.
division,
Oh, no.
there are 20, there are 24. Oh, that's
Right.
very ambitious.
Yeah, I was gonna
That's
say,
very
yeah.
ambitious. So 16th in our league, which is 24 teams. The bottom 24 teams forms League 2, as it is known.
Right.
So you were
I'd have taken, like, mid-table.
So
Sure.
you were dreaming of being the 84th worst
That's
team.
fine.
In
This is the thing,
country,
isn't it?
yeah.
That would
Because,
have been fine.
Everyone jokes like, "Oh, my team's really shit." You know, we're in the bottom
I have
half.
the numbers to
We're,
prove it.
we're in the middle of the table. You are the very bottom.
We're the very
You are
shittest.
the worst team.
We are the shittest.
That
And we
sucks.
play. It's not like this is like a god-forsaken fluke or anything. We are rank bad. I mean, you have to be to finish bottom of League 2. You have to be bloody awful.
Where are Cool Town FC?
They're in the league above us.
Okay.
So
Whoa!
Yeah.
Wow.
and they're like what are they 14th, something like that in that division.
I've got to ask. At what point? Because I don't like. I imagine. What's the best team in the country? Who's top of the Premier,
Well, the top
Premiership?
of the Premiership is Arsenal.
Arsenal.
at the
Okay.
moment.
So
Let's say they're the best right now.
let's say the
They're
best.
the best
for,
right
for,
now.
for arguing's sake.
That's
you know.
sure, yeah.
Big sponsorship deals.
Yeah.
Big famous stadium.
Yep.
Got all the business coming in.
Yeah.
Best clothes.
What's that stadium?
The Emirates.
The Emirates.
The
Oh
Emirates
yeah,
Stadium.
yeah. Big money coming in.
Yeah.
So let's, and then at the other end of the spectrum, you've got like Gillingham,
Yeah.
and I'm like, at what point do you have to sell the stadium? Like,
Well, here's the
how
thing.
are you paying
Oh,
rent
no.
at this point?
Here's the thing: we've had the same chairman in charge for about 25 or so years. He has sold the club in the last week to an American, a man called Brad.
Brad.
His name is Brad, and he gives video addresses to us all. So we've got the transfer windows coming up, and we've basically told all our players to fuck off because they're that bad, and we're going to buy a whole new team. So Brad is funding it.
Why does he want the team?
I don't know. He's a property tycoon from America.
So he thinks he can make it worth more.
I mean, he can't make it
Tax.
worth less.
He can't make it worth less.
Yeah.
Tax purposes.
Could be.
Let's bury that
Money
money in another
laundering.
country.
But he's been doing these video addresses with his wife, and all the opposition fans are commenting that there's a strong hostage situation energy to these videos. There really is.
Oh, no.
It's just him going, "Hello, Gillingham. We're looking forward to joining you in January for an aggressive transfer window."
Was he a fan of Gillingham before?
No, he's just a guy.
He just showed up.
I don't
out
know
of
where he's come from.
Presumably not Gillingham. Do you suppose he's ever been to Gillingham?
I know he's been to a game because people saw him in the stadium before
Really?
he bought it.
And he came back, and he
Came
still decided
back.
to buy it.
Yeah.
I want this
What a
team.
weirdo.
Fuck me.
I
I mean, he can't make us worse.
This is the thing. It's like stocks and shares, isn't it? You buy low, you sell high.
Buy
I think that's what he's
You
doing.
can't buy lower
Yeah.
than this.
No.
So the team must be
it was-
very cheap.
It was so cheap.
Yeah.
You'd be mad not to buy it.
Yeah.
Like you.
Like if I'd known Gillingham was up for sale, I'd
Yeah.
have probably bought them.
Oh, you should have.
Yeah.
You should have. That would have been
probably-
great.
Imagine if I bought Gillingham.
You probably
I-
could have. That's the point.
Everyone would have been messaging me going, "Do you know anything about this?" Nope. But we can't. So the transfer window is the whole of January.
Sure.
All our players are dicks and just don't deserve to be playing.
I hope they're not listening.
No, okay, I don't care if they are.
Okay.
Good. So they'll be off.
Sure.
Hopefully someone will buy them. If not, we'll just cancel their contracts.
But who
We've
would
got
buy-
money now.
I don't mean.
Well, indeed.
I don't want
Yeah.
to be rude to these people, but who would buy a player from the worst
Well-
team in?
Is this it for their careers? Are they done?
A lot of them will be.
Well, where are you going to buy players from?
Well, we've bought one player from a.
Where do I go from here?
Yeah, because all the other players are all in their teams.
I'm
all
better, you can't-
chugging along.
No,
Nice
we
one or up.
bought one player from a team above us in our league
Crazy.
already before the transfer window's even opened.
So what did he do?
can't play yet.
What did he do?
What do you mean?
Why are they trying to get rid of him?
Oh, they weren't. We just gave them a good offer. We have money now.
From this American man.
Since
From
COVID,
Brad.
basically we were mismanaged during COVID,
Right.
And that's led to all of this. Because obviously you can't really blame the situation because every club went through the same situation. so he says,
Yeah, that's true.
So you can't blame
Problems
that.
with a global
And,
pandemic.
it's quite a large sample size as well because there's 96.
Literally every football club. So you can't blame that, although they've tried to. Anyway,
Brilliant.
they mismanaged COVID, so now we haven't got a pot to piss in, basically.
Sold that.
So now, yeah, we sold the pot.
Not a pot.
Not a lucky pot.
Where will the
That's why
players
they're leaving.
piss? So it's not that we've bought players who should be doing this badly. The players should be doing better than they are.
Yeah, they should, yeah.
But they're not. And
Right.
we're in this situation. But now we have money. Now we have the pot. Someone's bought the pot back.
So
Yeah.
So
Goodbye, Beckham.
I'm so ignorant here. So
Yeah.
it's entirely. There's no limits on like how much money a team can have. So if a dude
there's
came
financial
in,
fair play, which I don't think we're in danger of breaching.
so if a dude just comes in with like millions and
Yeah.
goes,
Rocks up.
Brad, his name is.
Brad, sorry, Brad. Hello, Brad.
With
Brad,
his hostage wife.
Brad,
Yeah.
Brad just comes in and goes like, I've bought my career, I've bought my wife, I've bought a
Yeah.
I
club,
bought it all.
I've got it all.
Yeah.
Here's however many millions, just go crazy.
Well, we've spent £60,000 on the transfer fee for this new player.
Jesus, you
Ryan Reynolds
probably-
bought a football team.
Yeah, Wrexham.
Did
yeah. Yeah, he bought a British football team. And do you think he's trying to do a Ryan Reynolds?
I feel like that's
Because he's
Probably.
blown up a bit. But he's
Yeah.
obviously a very charismatic man with a big presence on
Yeah.
the TV and the internet.
I feel like American audiences are probably a bit more interested in shitty English clubs now. British clubs.
That's hilarious in itself. Imagine just looking over the pond. You have a colossal country filled with every conceivable sport already. They've got soccer. Right? And then they look over at this pissy little island that we live on, which is partially on fire at the moment, and they just go, they're playing really bad.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy that.
I can make that better.
Okay, that's an arrogance, I guess. I can make them better.
I'm very strong about this. He can't make it worse.
That's very true. He really can't hit
We
any
could
lower.
still get relegated, but we're not going to...
Actually, I've just written this is perfect. It's literally perfect. Because you can't make it worse.
Can't make it worse.
The
worst case scenario is we repeat what we've done in the first half of the season.
Yeah.
That's the worst case scenario.
And to be honest, everyone at this point, you included, I assume, will probably expect that.
Wait, are we halfway through the season?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I thought it ended at like, you know.
Well, no, the World Cup just happened, but it's the first time the World Cup's been midway through the season.
Oh, right. I thought it ended in like, you know, God's Day, you know, because of, you know.
No, we played last
Christmas.
night.
God's big birthday.
We played last night. We're playing Sunday. Sunday.
Wow, Sunday. Yeah, okay. Now, you saying like, okay, we've got this big American tycoon. He's coming,
Brad.
Brad,
his name is.
He's throwing big money around. Like,
Well,
money,
inverted commas.
money's
big
no
money.
issue.
I imagine it with a cowboy hat.
And he go, oh my god,
He's got a ponytail.
Okay, that's good
Yeah.
enough.
big money. Anything's possible. How much has he spent? 60 grand. Now, I don't.
No.
No.
That is what he spent on a transfer fee for one player.
But he's going to have to buy a whole new
We're
kind of
gonna have to
Now,
spend 60 grand 11 times.
I know.
at least.
I'm not trying to be glib about this.
No, sure.
But my point is,
Sounds like
like,
you are.
there are
Does sound
some
like you are.
footballers
Yeah.
who are worth millions.
Yeah, tens
like
of millions, hundreds of millions.
Actual millions.
Neymar went for 140 something.
Neymar.
As in a submariner.
Who's he play for?
Atlantis.
Neymar.
Yeah.
He played, what was it? What was it called in the movie? Oh, it doesn't matter.
It was Atlantis.
Atlantis.
It should have been.
Yeah.
Whatever. Neymar,
Yeah.
not Neymar,
Neymar.
went to PSG for 140 something million.
Wow.
Yeah.
But I'm
Which
guessing
makes our 60 grand look like, you know, drinking money.
you're not playing with those numbers down at 92nd, are you?
Not yet.
No.
Not yet.
Not yet.
You've got to build up to it.
When
yeah.
Brad gets involved.
Here's the thing. Let's say Brad is the best thing that's ever happened to Gillingham, and we're here. We're in a pre-Brad universe.
Yeah,
at the moment.
sure.
We're soon to be in
Yeah.
a post-Brad one.
Yeah.
We'll remember this moment.
We'll remember this moment,
Yeah.
and we immortalised it on this show, which is amazing.
This is when it all turned around.
Even-
Is
Right,
it
listen to this.
possible for Gillingham to reach number one in the Premier League?
Oh, of course.
Anything's possible.
Anything's possible.
I mean, it depends on your definition of the word possible.
It does.
Yeah.
I'm aware of that.
Because I was with you when you got promoted into League.
You were. Well, we got
No.
Go on.
Let me do this.
Okay.
Let's do this.
You went out of League One.
No.
Into the Championship.
No.
No. Okay, so you haven't actually made it to the Championship.
Yeah, but years ago.
Oh, years ago.
So we
right.
got relegated from the Championship in 2005,
Ah.
and we've not been back. So that season we got promoted from the league we're in now up to League One.
And what year was that?
2009? I think it was 2009.
So really, the best thing to happen was like it was 2009 when you went up to League One.
Well, then we got relegated again.
Oh, of course.
And then we were in League Two where we are now for 3 years, but then we won the league, which is more impressive than what we did.
That's quite impressive.
That
yeah,
was good.
yeah.
And then we were in League One for what, 10 years? And then last season we got relegated back down to
Wow.
League Two.
So
And now we're bottom of it.
what's the
see.
thread here?
Mm.
Because it's like it sounds like you know. This is a compliment. It sounds like you could be a middling team. Like you could be an all right team.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's the potential because we're the only league team in Kent.
Sure.
There you go.
What a
Okay.
talent pool.
That's something,
Yeah.
isn't it?
So why did it suddenly go so wrong?
Because we were mismanaged
I
by
see.
the previous chairman.
Did he sell the ball or something? Or,
Sold the pot to piss in. We've got reached the point that he was holding us back. I felt, and then he fucked up COVID,
Sure.
and
Which is
just
incredible
have gone downhill quickly
Interesting.
as a result of that. But he's been an issue, let's say, for a number of years.
Sure.
But it's become more obvious the last couple.
What if? So Bragg's bought this
Go on,
club.
Brad. He's a good bloke.
Can't wait to see what Brad does.
Arguably the cheapest club you could conceivably buy in a league that
Be
anyone
interesting
cares
to know
about.
what he did buy it for. Scally bought it for £1.
Who did
The
what?
previous chairman in '95. We were in a similar situation in '95. Oh yeah. He bought the club for £1, but took on the debt.
Oh,
So that's there you go.
I wouldn't do that.
Do you think?
But
you
I
got-
don't, that might have. No, Scally would want the money.
is it
No,
possible
probably-
you have a lot of debt?
Oh, yeah, almost certainly.
Almost certainly.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Right on that.
Okay.
Brad would have taken on the debt, I'm sure.
But what if? Because we're all we're working on the principle that maybe Brad is like a kind of he's going to moneyball it.
Yeah.
Like he's going to be a genius
he's an
about it.
angel.
You know, he's going to think smart, use his money intelligently.
Well, money where his
the
ball
rumor
is.
on the street
Yeah.
of my contacts.
Oh, you've got.
I have one contact.
Nice. It's Brad.
I have one contact.
Oh wait, it's Brad. He's calling me now.
It's my mate's.
Hello, Brad.
It's just a mate.
He knows nothing.
Who knows? Yeah.
He's not even a Gills fan.
Yeah. Reckons, or that's the rumor is that we'll have like a top end of League One budget in a year or so, which is the league above us.
Oh, I
The
see.
top of it, the budget.
So
Equivalent to
yeah.
a top of League One team.
Yeah.
So you reckon Brad's going to bring that money in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You better.
What does Brad do?
He's a property tycoon.
Of course he is.
So my alternative theory, because we can't rule this out. What if it's a sex thing?
What do you mean?
As in,
Why is it always a sex thing?
he gets off on humiliation. Like he's
I
literally
see.
wow.
yeah.
Here's the thing.
well, it's
God,
funny.
I can't believe there's more supporting information for this.
There's a club called Crawley, which is where we bought our new player from,
Right.
and they're about 6 or 7
Very
places above us in the
sexy
league. But it's not a sex thing, I don't think.
Yeah.
But their owner was like a crypto lad.
Oh no.
Oh, great.
Bought the club and now is just decimating the club, and is gonna. They've sacked their manager, having sold one of their best players to us. I think he may have quit because they sold the best player to us.
Yeah.
And he is put himself in caretaker charge of the team as manager. He has no footballing background
So literally-
whatsoever.
oh yeah, because you often have the owner who's like the business dude, and then you've got
The manager who's a football person.
Right.
But he's putting himself in the dugout for their next game.
And he's like-
I think there's a coach
And he's a
with
crypto
him.
bro.
He's just a crypto bro. Yeah.
Well, I think anyone who sets up a crypto company must have excellent judgment.
Yeah.
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 So there's that. So there's people who do go in and just are awful. But Brad strikes me as a guy who's not going to be awful.
When you said sexting, what did you mean?
Yeah.
As in, literally, we're going like, he's here to save the company.
Oh, and he's here to relish their awful status.
As in, he's here so that the Serpent Queen has something to punish him about.
Yeah.
Because it's like,
Oh, it could be.
You
She's
think,
like, how's the team doing?
I know nothing.
It's like really bad.
I know nothing about Brad.
Yeah.
All I can base it on is the 2 short hostage situation videos that I've seen of him
When she
going,
is tied up in gangs.
Hey, Gillingham fans, we've signed Tom Nichols. Please welcome him to our community.
yeah, my point is, it's like all
And he's there in a bag.
all these poor.
Yeah. Well, it's only his top half, so he could be naked from the waist down.
My point is that all these fetishes are broad and wonderful things, and I'm saying that like all these poor desperate fans are going like, he's here to save us.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah,
but
what if
he
he's here?
just really gets off on failing? You know.
I think we'd still score more than 7 goals in 22 games.
So even if
We can't go lower. That's what we're saying.
Honestly, I don't think if we do worse than we have in the first half as we do
Right.
when we do in the second, I mean, God Almighty, I can't imagine that.
You can't do worse.
so even if you and the manager become
Sorry, but you can't.
I can't think of a conceivable way where we score fewer goals in the second half of the season. I can't. You could fill it with a bunch of pub players, the team, and I still would back us to score more than 7
let's
goals.
check back in because
Yeah, we should.
Yeah, we need to.
because you're saying you can't conceivably imagine a world where they score less than 7 goals in the same amount
the
of
season is
time.
46 games. We're
Yeah.
obviously nearly halfway through.
Yeah,
And
So-
so 22.
So in 22 we scored 7.
yeah,
So let's see what the second half.
So you got a
of the season
remaining
brings.
24.
Yeah.
yeah. So you're saying end of season,
Yeah.
you're expecting 14 to 15 goals.
Well, at the moment, yeah.
yeah, and you're
Well,
saying
we can't play a whole season and expect that to be the record.
no, but I just want to
We'll
point out.
be relegated on record
I
points.
just want to point out that mathematically, there are many ways in which you can fail to do that.
Yes.
You could score 0 goals in the
Yeah.
second half of the season.
Yes.
Can you imagine?
At this
Well,
point,
actually, yes.
Yeah.
You've made quite a compelling case that that could
But
happen.
we're buying better players now.
Okay.
If we buy these players and we're somehow worse, then my God, heads will roll.
Right. We need to put a pin in the
Remember
diary.
this moment.
We'll check
yeah.
back in. We'll check back
When's
in.
it-
When's the end of the season?
May.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that'll be episode 412.
Okay, so-
Yeah, something like that.
So what you're saying is that at the end of the season,
So I'm all
If
we
your
need to
team-
do. All we need to do is finish above the bottom 2 to stay in the division.
and will 14 goals do that?
No.
Right. How many goals would do it, roughly?
Oh God.
Just pull a number out your ass.
I reckon we would need to score at least
I want a bar for Brad to fall under.
35 goals.
Total.
At least.
Okay.
In the second half of the season.
You need 35
Oh, in the
goals.
second half?
Yeah.
So that would be on top of the
You
7.
need
top of the
another
7.
35 goals.
At least.
You're fucked.
Fuck my ass. You're ruined.
I think that's quite conservative.
Right.
35 goals.
Across 24
And
games.
you scored 7 in 22.
What's the problem?
Boy, I don't understand football, and even I am like, this is shit.
It's garbage. I cannot emphasise this enough. It's a garbage record for garbage players.
Well, you're going to get new players.
And a garbage manager at the moment.
We got Brad.
We
and
don't
his-
even
and
talk
his
about the
hostage
manager.
wife.
We don't even talk about the
I think
manager.
Brad will fire the manager.
I think.
Does he have a power?
Yeah. I think if we're not improving by the middle of February, the manager will go. He should have gone already, but we've had because of the takeover, no one's really had the authority to do it. And now we have a transfer window, so it doesn't make sense to fire a manager just before a transfer window.
Why?
Because you'd spend 2 weeks of that window searching for a new guy, and then he only has a very small amount of time to put
find
his
players.
stamp and find players.
Yeah.
So it makes sense, in a weird kind of way, to keep the manager, even though he's failing. I mean, I like the manager.
But now he's got money.
He might turn it around now.
Yeah.
He might, with the money, he might turn it around. But we're hedging a lot on that.
I could win more trading card games via shitloads of money to buy
Yeah.
amazing cards. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And things I've watched Moneyball once, so I feel I
understand.
I could probably make quite a
Yeah.
good stab at being the manager of Gillingham FC now.
Again, I don't think you could do worse.
I honestly
No.
don't think you could do worse.
No.
I think if you had coaches surrounding you and like someone like me saying, "Hey, John,
Don't do that.
what about this player? Get Brad to buy this player," and Brad would go, "Yeah, sure, no problem."
Yeah.
Then that kind of thing.
You need to
you
get
know?
Brad there.
But I don't really know. I'm relatively speaking, I don't know what I'm talking about. But the manager's recruited these players. These players should be better, but a lot of it falls on him because these players have played above the bottom of the shittest division.
But that's
in the
got to be
Football
weird,
League.
isn't it? Like he's coming with money, and literally you're like, where do we go from here? There's literally nowhere to go from up. As in, like you are buying better players
Yeah.
to come to a shitter team.
Yeah. That's exactly what we're doing.
But like, like that can't be fun for players.
Yeah,
Like,
why would they be up for that?
But if you buy enough players, and one player can change a team.
Yeah.
It really can. But I don't think one player would change this team because all of them are shit. There's maybe two who I would say, if you play to your best,
Sure.
you could stay.
Pop quiz.
No, yeah.
You tomorrow.
Yeah,
Budget's not an issue,
good.
but in the bounds of reality,
Yeah.
who would you go and buy and why?
You're asking me to name names.
Yeah.
Name
Come on,
one name.
one name, just one name.
Just one
Oh,
name.
and
that
how would you
buy
t-
that
how
you
would
think would turn Gillingham around?
Yeah.
And you can't say robot. You can't say a robot because they have,
You can't say robot for scoring machine.
you can't say
I'll tell you.
Asimo.
I'll give you a name.
Scoring machine.
because the courts are still uncertain
They're
about
undecided
Yeah.
because his record is incredible.
Yeah, I'll give you a name.
Okay.
His name's Jack Marriott.
Oh.
Oh, after
played-
the hotel.
Yeah, after the hotel. I think he's the heiress to the hotel.
Heiress,
fortune,
very good, yeah.
He plays in the division above. We had him on loan when he was a kid. He's
4.
gone. Yeah, he was 4. Yeah,
He got out.
He played-
He's better than every
He's better.
player
Yeah, he
currently on the
was.
side.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. And he's gone on to have quite a good career in even the Championship. But now he's been transfer listed by a club in the league above us. So I think it's probably with our budget now a realistic target. And he's a striker.
Who's he playing for now?
Peterborough.
Peterborough. Oh, Peterborough. Those titans of football.
Yeah. I
So-
think about that when I go to sleep.
So I think that would be a realistic name at the moment.
Okay.
What colour do Peterborough play? in? Blue. And Gillingham
Play
they
in
are
blue.
Oh, so it'd be
So he doesn't have to
Right,
change.
yeah, I wouldn't he?
He won't have to change. Keep the same shorts.
He'll just turn up in his kit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll just turn up. That'd be fine.
It's convenient, isn't it?
We might have a better kit manufacturer with involved as well than Jill's Leisure.
Wow.
Yeah, our
Jill's
kit for
Leisure.
years has been made by Jill's Leisure.
Who's,
Not Umbro, not Nike,
No.
not Adidas. Jill's Leisure.
who's your sponsor at the moment? The big sponsor.
Mems
on the-
Power Generation,
Okay. Okay, I know them.
which
no, I
is
don't.
which is a London, like I don't know, wiring company or something.
Sure.
Are they getting a good return on their investment? How does that work?
Well, we're on telly. We're on BBC One next weekend playing Leicester City
My God.
in the FA Cup.
I mean, what?
Yeah,
You're gonna lose that.
Weirdly, we're quite good in the cups.
That's weird.
Like we knocked a Premier League team out of the cup.
That's
The
weird.
League Cup.
Yeah, because the cups are like
Separate.
everyone in that pool
Yeah.
gets drawn against everyone,
Yeah.
and then it's a knockout.
Yeah, correct.
So you
Yeah.
could get drafted against Arsenal.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It could happen.
Chris Ray versus Arsenal.
Drafted,
No, so
aren't they? Yeah.
we played Brentford, who are a Premier League team, in the League Cup, which is the same principle. It's just league teams rather than all teams. And we beat them.
Wow.
Work that one out. 7 goals in 22 league games, and then we go and beat a Premier League
Wait,
team.
sorry, and just to clarify, because again, I am ignorant, and I swear you've described this to me before, but like the cup is the top 4 leagues.
That's the League Cup.
Oh.
The FA Cup is any team. Like
Oh,
you and me could form a team.
Because that's what I wanted to bring up.
But how do you
know-
get into the FA Cup then? You just
There's
have to be
qualifiers. The
Oh,
FA Cup
okay.
technically starts like the previous summer.
Yeah.
Right.
Like any team can enter the FA Cup.
Yeah, and it's.
We should
like-
enter.
We should. Yeah, we just got
We
to
could.
find
Should
eight
coordinate.
friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, at least 8.
We've got
least
Asmo the scoring machine as well. Don't forget.
Yeah. We could buy Jack Marriott.
We'll buy Jack Marriott.
Yeah.
Yeah. How old is Jack Marriott?
27.
He's a
something like
child.
I'm
Yeah.
10 years older. than him.
Child.
that. Yeah, it's depressing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I reckon I can still
He
take
would
him.
fall under the category of experienced.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, at 27.
Think how much stronger your bones are than his.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still growing. he's got a lot of.
Yeah.
Yeah, his are soft and malleable. Mine have solidified and
Yeah.
calcified.
You
like the rest
you
of
can't
me.
run in a straight line anymore. Yeah.
I bet you can't draw for shit though.
No. Scumbag.
Yeah.
So there you go. So I'll check back in 5 months.
Yeah, we'll check
I
back in
can't.
May.
I honestly can't wait.
Yeah.
Because
I've got high hopes personally.
I
think Brad's gonna turn it
I'm
around.
telling you now.
It can't
and
get
I'm,
worse.
I'm willing for this to be
Sure.
clipped at some point. It won't be worse than it is now.
Sure. Okay.
And Nick's got high hopes.
I've got high hopes.
Just in the interest of balance and fairness,
You have low hopes.
I just want to tell you right now.
6 goals.
I'm not a sporting expert.
No.
But I can tell you now.
Yep.
You are not. There is no reality
Yeah.
in which you as a team score 35 goals before May. I'm just telling you now. Right.
I don't think that. I think that's conservative.
I'm not a betting man.
Right, we'll see.
I would put quite
Oh.
quite a solid bet
Here we
on that
go.
on your team on Gillingham not scoring 35 goals.
I think we will.
Could you walk into a bookies and make that bet?
Yeah, I probably could. Yeah.
Could you?
Yeah.
That might be
Yeah.
the first bet I ever make in a bookies. I might go in and say I would like to put money on.
I would like to put £1.50.
Yeah, I think that's a decent like yardstick.
How? Now, if I went, genuine question, if I went into a bookie and said I would like to put a sizable amount of money on the likelihood of Gillingham FC
Yeah.
not scoring
35 league goals.
in the remainder of the league,
Yeah.
They'd have to calculate the odds.
how long would that take? Is my question. Like, how long
They would go to like a because obviously all these bookmakers have experts in their respective fields who will sit there and work these things out. I know I've met a guy who's a friend of a friend, Snowy, who used to do that for tennis. So he'd work out the odds of a player winning a game of tennis based on what was going on
Right,
with their
yeah.
ability and whatever. So yeah, there's be someone there to work it out. Yeah.
That's a wild job.
I feel like at the moment you get really good odds because obviously not everyone is aware that we've had a takeover,
Right.
and not everyone is aware that we're basically going to be buying a whole new team.
Now's the time, John.
I might actually do
So
this.
now
I've never placed a bet
If
in
you're
that
going to do it,
environment.
if you're going to do it, now would be the time.
Interesting.
There you go.
Well, I hope I'm wrong
So
for
do
your
I.
sake. Yeah.
So do I. I'll take
Go, Brad!
I'll take fewer goals as long as we stay up. For the record.
If I place this bet, would you, out of spite, get better as a team? Like, you know, if knowing
I'd certainly inform the players.
knowing
yeah.
now that I'm betting against you, like, does that somehow light a fire
That
under
would certainly
us?
motivate me.
Yeah, yeah.
But the players seem unmotivational.
Have you spoken to them recently?
Not the players. No.
You, Chris Ray.
No, they don't care about me.
Well,
Oh, really?
Well,
They
no,
probably do.
Yeah, they
I
sound
used to
like
speak to former players. I used to interview them, obviously, but I haven't done that for a long time.
shit. Where is Akin?
But where is Akinfenwa? He's retired now.
Oh, I remember Akin Fenwa.
Yeah.
He was good. Yeah,
He scored a few goals.
He was the only player.
He
I
scored more
remember.
than 7 fucking goals.
Here we go.
In a game.
No,
No, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
in a season.
In a season,
In
yeah.
a season. But yeah, for us as well.
Wow.
Yeah, that's good, but it's for you.
But it's
yeah.
for us. Yeah, yeah. They haven't been motivated by a complete takeover of the club, so it seems like we can't motivate them. So fuck off, and we'll get a new team in.
Fair.
That's the way we're going to play it.
Interesting.
35 at least in the remaining 24 games. We'll check in May.
Okay.
I joke because I'm not really a gambling man.
Yeah,
But I'm actually half.
should look that up.
I'm actually quite serious about. I might put a bet on this.
should look it up.
Okay.
I'm writing bet on a paper.
Okay.
Subheading: Chris Ray.
Goals.
Subheading.
Yeah.
Misery.
Misery. Okay.
Yes.
There we go.
You have actually written that as
I've
well.
written
If you win money, but we stay up, then I'll be happy.
No, but
Well, your bet.
me winning money is hinging upon you not staying
Not
up.
necessarily. Because you could say we could score 34 goals, stay up, and you'd still win money.
Well, that would be the ideal situation, but
Everyone's a winner.
John really wants you to go down.
When you said 35,
Oh, that's my best guess, John.
don't be mealy mouthed
We
about
could
it.
win every game 1-0. And then
Okay.
we only need 24 goals.
Right.
Yeah.
That's true, actually. Yeah, he makes.
But I'm saying what I think will be
But
required.
I'm also thinking seven goals.
Yeah.
They're not going to score.
I mean, you're not going to get 24.
Yeah,
either,
you're not.
so-
You're
players.
certainly not going to
Different
score.
players. Brad's
35.
there now. That's up to you.
Brad.
That's up to you, John.
Okay, we'll look into this. We'll do some research.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah, there you go.
This could set me up for life. This.
It really could.
Yeah.
One way or
Really
the other.
good.
I've got a hate.
Oh yeah.
I hate it when a company markets a solution
Oh.
to a problem they created as a good thing.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
So we're seeing this a lot now. We're seeing like a lot of companies are being very eco-sensitive, very like culturally sensitive. You know, they've listened to the voice of the people.
Yep.
You know, and so you'll now get ads where they'll go, you know, we listen, we care.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why we've done X.
That's why we've planted 4 trees.
We've tried. Yeah.
And the thing we'd never mention is that, like, why do we have this problem in the first place, dickhead? It's because of you. So, like,
Oh, yeah.
right now,
Yeah.
the UK
Yeah.
is,
On fire.
if only it were, it's very cold. Not quite as cold as America.
No.
But, like, people are talking a lot about the cost of living crisis.
They are.
So, you know...
Yeah, we can't afford for the country to be on fire.
No, that's true. Yeah.
Everything's shit. You know,
Everything's awful.
everything costs a lot of money. Not going to get political, but it's all been fucked up terribly.
But we know whose fault it is.
Just as a sidebar,
Yeah.
everyone says, I'm not going to get political. It's not politics, it's fucking
Yeah, I
facts.
know. I was being ironic.
It's fucking
yeah.
figures.
Yeah.
When people say that, oh, you don't need to get political, I'm not getting
Not yet.
political.
No.
I'm talking about actual numbers.
Yeah. No.
Facts.
No, but when I say who's to blame, that's maybe.
Yeah. Was it 45 days in office? Yeah, it's fine. Anyway, Google it, folks. You'll work it out. And then you'll get like the energy company. So first of all, I can think of a few that spring to mind, but one really solidified this for me the other day. Is it was like one of the energy companies in the UK, it's like British Energy or something, and it was like. You know, lots of heartwarming shots of people like, you know, half boiling a kettle or like, I don't know, you know, rubbing a candle in their armpits like just to keep warm, you know, and go, we're all pulling together in a difficult time, you know, and at British Energy, you know, we care and we understand that it's hard for people. I'm paraphrasing.
Yeah.
But it's like, that's why, you know, we're instigating, I don't know. We're doing everything we can to invest in renewables.
Support our customers.
You know,
Right.
we're doing everything we can, and thanks to us, we've opened 1 new plant this year.
Yeah.
You know, good work. You know,
Yeah.
and it's like, didn't ask.
Yeah.
And wait, what? You know, another one. Here's one. Favorite whipping boy of the podcast, the Google Pixel phone. Like, just the worst fucking thing in the world. So it's a noted fact that like camera stock was not really designed to make people with darker skin look good.
Okay.
So this is like a known thing that like it was very set up so like that early days of cinema, Caucasian people looked really good when filmed, and anyone with darker skin didn't come across as well. Like it was just how it was built. And so now there's an ad running for like the Google Pixel 7, and a big selling point is that how because we've well, we don't say fix because that would be acknowledging guilt, but it goes like we've got this amazing new lens that makes everybody, regardless of skin tone, look
wonderful.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Which is of course a really cool thing. Completely glossing over the fact
them,
who put the fucking camera in Google's Pixel 1 through 6, dickhead.
Yeah.
It wasn't. You did.
What
this.
you're essentially acknowledging by saying that is we've been blasting people of colour up until now with cameras that don't show them up at all.
I didn't make that fucking camera. You know?
But they frame it in a way that's like, we've listened to your feedback.
Yeah.
Sometimes even that would be acknowledging too much guilt.
Yeah.
It's like
But it doesn't even matter whether that is what they're acknowledging. Even if it's like, we listened to your feedback because you wouldn't shut the fuck up about it because you're so angry at us for being such a shit company. But it's still their problem.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's still a thing
Yeah.
they did that they're now either retracting or reneging or fixing in some way. It's like, well, I don't really care whether you listened to me or not. You did it in the fucking first place. It was you.
Another example. It might be hard to imagine looking at how well I'm dressed today.
Sure,
but like I'm not very good at fashion.
Oh, I think you're being a bit harsh on yourself.
But I saw a fashion advert.
Oh,
nice.
fashion.
And a big thing, beautiful people.
Yeah.
You know, I think we're in a skate park or something.
Fuck.
Beautiful people wearing fucking cool
Yeah.
clothing, just hanging out.
Totally rad.
Being cool, radical. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
they weren't
Doing
actually
an
on
Oliver.
skateboards, but
Oh,
they were
not
kind of
doing
like
an Oliver.
they were kind of like skateboard adjacent.
They were like sitting on the
Yeah.
There were probably
half
skaters in the
pipe.
background out of focus.
Yes, yeah.
They were probably
yeah.
dark skinned, so they didn't show up very well on the camera.
And you know, and literally the point of the message is that like fast fashion is destroying the planet.
Oh.
That's why we have taken the bold step of like recycling some clothing, and that's why like 15% of our clothing from the last month was made using some recycled content.
Yeah.
You know,
At least some.
15% of our clothing for the last 2 months was made with 3% recycled fabrics.
I've got a bottle of shower gel at home.
right? Yeah.
And it says it brags about this, that this bottle is 30% recycled, and then puts in brackets, not including lid.
Brilliant.
It's like, what? Why are you bragging about that?
That is nothing to be proud of.
Yeah, and it's like, yes, I'm glad that people are making these steps because it's like, yeah, it's fucking big business and he's to do this crap. But it's like,
I know what you mean, though. There's no acknowledgement that this isn't some generic
Yeah.
universal problem. They were the ones making the clothes.
yes,
And they were the ones putting them into landfill.
Yeah.
and
Yes.
forcing us to buy the next
yes,
set
yes.
that came out a month later.
That's the thing, like going like, oh, fast fashion is destroying the planet. Dickhead,
You
for
invented
for
fast fashion.
60 years, you've been telling us that
Yeah.
you need to buy new clothing twice a year.
Yeah.
I don't
You know.
like it when the media pretend that they're not the media.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
know,
Right, yeah.
You know, like you'll see a BBC News report, for example, that goes, "Oh, they've been hounded by the media. Here's our cameraman running after them." And it's like, but you are that.
You're the media.
You are that.
Yeah, you know, it's the same thing.
the same thing.
It's the same thing,
Every
yeah.
single like brand or media or whatever tries to talk to you like they're your mate.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
can you believe so and so has been hounded by the media? It's like, what are you
You
doing?
are-
You're 7 cameramen, like looking
While
at
they're
me
outside
right
their
now.
house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like, but it works. This is the problem though, is that like coupled with short memories. So you know, people have forgotten that the people who did fast fashion now the people who are advertising to you
Yeah.
about not doing fast fashion. They've already forgotten. They just listen to the immediate,
Yeah.
most immediate thing they've heard. It's like, oh, that's good, isn't
That's
it?
they're,
It's like,
they're a
no!
conscientious company.
No!
I
It is good, obviously.
It is good, but it's also like just we're sorry. Like just say like we
Yeah.
fucked up really
Yeah.
bad.
Just imagine
you know?
if a company did that.
Nobody
That'd be
nobody
nice.
ever does that. Nobody
Yeah.
ever apologizes unless they literally have to.
Yeah,
They have no other option.
Yeah.
The I was
Sorry.
you know
It's the BP thing on South Park, isn't it? They have to apologise. It's just him in suggestive positions going, "Sorry."
like reclining on a
Yeah.
fur rug in front of we're sorry. Another one is no here's the thing. I've been watching because I'm weird documentaries by Adam Curtis.
Oh yes.
Documentarian, makes these weird like kaleidoscopic, oddly nightmarish combinations of sounds and images. They're quite anyway. They're very interesting. Clearly, I'm becoming more radical in my old age. But he was talking about the rise of like consumerism throughout the 20th century. And don't get me wrong, it's nice to have things.
I like to consume.
Having things is great.
Yeah.
you know,
Oh,
it's
it is.
wonderful. I'm not saying we should go live in a yurt.
This room's full of stuff.
Loaded with
There
stuff.
are objects
Yeah.
in here.
This
Yeah.
this foam padding on the wall, this shit.
Yes.
You know, there's no purpose other than to dirty up my wall.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
the consumerisks of a max.
It's certainly not dumbing down the echo.
Absolutely not.
But he was making a point about how
No.
in the early days of the 20th century, when you know, kind of Ford started making cars, it started getting manufactured, and he had these vintage adverts which were amazing. The point is that like when people sold stuff, it was very much like, we have made a car. It has 4 wheels. It is relatively efficient. If you require a car, you should probably buy ours.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I can assure you this one will do the job.
This car functions effectively.
It was literally like, it was very supply and demand.
Yeah.
It was like, how many cars should we make this year? Well, I believe only 60,000 people need one, so we should probably make, let's make an extra one just in case.
60,001 is our target.
But then the switch from going like, well, no, maybe we should start making people want a thing, and then we're going to make 2 million of them.
Yeah.
And then because people really fucking want them, we're going to sell them. You know?
Yeah. And then only that they don't sell, we'll just landfill.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. Why
and
not?
we'll have made them so cheap at this point because we made them in such quantity that we can afford to chuck, say, 30% away into the sea.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing with marketing, like, because I work within marketing.
Yeah, we've been
partly,
on the dark side. Yeah.
So at one level, I find it weird that marketing works.
I know.
I often find it
I know.
so. I'm just like, is this going to work? Like, why would this? Because I don't know why that is. I'm often shocked that it works.
Well, partly because we know how the sausage is made.
Yeah.
Obviously, I worked in advertising as well. But also partly because, like, we feel so disingenuous just doing it because we're saying things we don't believe. Yeah, because like when I created ads for clients, I didn't believe they were the greatest flooring company in the UK.
Sure.
But they wanted that tagline on the bottom of their ads, so I put it on there, and sure enough, they sold.
Works. People believe.
And it's like, okay, so I can just write anything there.
That to me seems like an obvious bluff.
Yeah,
you know,
it seems really
but
obvious.
it works. So it's like,
I think it's a subconscious thing.
Is that just my brain? Maybe it's just my brain.
It's because you're on the other side of it.
Maybe not everyone thinks the way I do. Maybe I need to think about that.
Maybe you should.
Well, you've said this many times, but like the weird thing about marketing is that like nobody can prove it works, even though it kind of does.
Yeah.
And like everybody has to do it, even though there's just as much evidence saying that like not doing it would probably work.
Yeah. But no one dares to not do it.
Yeah. Like
so everyone only does it, and as a result, it to more or less an extent does work.
And it's like, and if you're working at Pepsi and news leaks that like Coke has spent $2 billion on advertising, you're like, well, it's an arms race, isn't it?
Yeah,
we've got
There's
to match
a really
it. Or go
good
higher.
documentary on Netflix called Pepsi Where's My Jet.
Oh,
I've
yeah,
seen
yeah,
that.
yeah.
That was quite interesting. And that's like more about the Coke Pepsi war than it is about
Oh, really?
the actual
The
end
jet.
result. I don't want to give too much away, but yeah, it's basically Simpsons parodied it with Bart gets an elephant. Where's my elephant?
Yeah.
But it's more about the war between them and the marketing campaigns around the products, which is really interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Which is kind of weird, isn't it? Because if you really think about it, like Coke's fine. You know,
I-
like Pepsi's fine. You know?
yeah, I don't have a preference.
I don't have a preference either.
Yeah.
If I
No.
go to a pub and I go, can I have a Coke? And they go, it's Pepsi. Is that
Yeah.
right? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
They go, it's
Of
Pep-
course
they go,
it's-
it's Pepsi, right? I'm like, I couldn't care less.
Yeah. I'm not saying Coke as in Coca-Cola. I'm saying Coke as in I want a fizzy brown
I want.
drink.
Yes, I want the
Well, the
black
actual
fizzy
drink,
stuff.
the
whatever
actual
that
drink
is.
is
Yeah.
called cola, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's
I should say that,
yeah.
really.
cola.
I feel
So,
weird saying that if I went up to bars. I can have a pint of cola, please. They'd be like, do you want a Panda Pop?
Yeah.
When I was in
Panda Pop.
when I was in Peru, you could
You
get.
go to Peru.
I went to Peru. Yeah, don't talk about that as much as Canada.
Shit
But
your guts
You went to
out.
Canada?
Yeah, it's what you get. You get Inca Cola.
Inca Cola.
That was a big thing.
Roller cola. That's something Peter Kay talks about, isn't it, in his stand-up?
That's
But
another kind of
I've never
cola.
had it.
I can kind of
Roller cola.
I can kind of picture it. I can
No.
kind of picture what that would look like.
I vividly remember Panda Pops,
I vividly
like the
remember.
branding around
Yeah.
them.
My school cafeteria sold them.
Yeah, those are the days.
But that's a weird thing. Like, this is a complete sidetrack. But this is like.
So was Panda Pops, to be honest.
Well,
so.
yeah, but it's like, you know, sometimes how like words just lose meaning.
Sure.
Like a drink which was originally had mild amounts of cocaine in it, based on with a Peruvian connection.
Yeah,
'cause that,
yeah.
You know, so cocaine, Coca-Cola. I don't really know where the
Don't know where
cola
the cola
word
bit
comes from.
but sure, okay.
But what you end up with is like a brown, sugary drink,
Yeah.
caffeinated drink, and then someone else goes, "Well, we're going to make." Like, I don't know, Pepsi or Dr. Pepper, and you're just getting these brown drinks. And now you can, if I see a bottle of Roller Cola in like a Happy Shopper,
Sure.
We know what it's going to taste like.
yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
well, God didn't make that. Man had
No, it
barely
didn't
had.
grow.
Yeah, it's like this is an abomination in the eyes of God and man.
It's a bastard
you know,
child
and
of
it's like,
Pepsi
but I know what it is. It's just cola. It is what it is.
Excluded the word cola for now because they all have cola on the
Yeah,
end. So
yeah.
clearly that's something. Coca-Cola makes sense because cocaine inspired that.
Yeah, God love it. Yeah.
Cola.
Where the fuck did Pepsi come from as a name?
Oh, that's
Pepsi.
named after the founders.
Ah, Mr. Pepsi.
No, Peter, Edward, Paul, Simon, and Innsworth.
Imagine if it was like someone called Josep and then someone called Simon.
Josepsi.
Josep and Simon.
Joseph and Simon.
Pepsi.
Joseph and Simon's Cola Company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be good, wouldn't it?
Maybe it was named after like the medical condition it was trying to cure, like Pepsis or something like
Should
that.
we have a look? Why is it called
Here we go.
Pepsi?
Here we go.
Riveting audio. Here we go.
Yeah. Come on, here we go.
I'm reading this as I'm seeing it.
It's
Sorry,
really
yeah,
good.
paraphrase.
In 1898, small-town pharmacist Caleb D. Bradham looked for a name that would better describe his formula, which he was selling under the name of Brad's Drink. Brad!
Wait,
bought the
just
name-
called it Brad's Drink.
He bought the name Pep Cola from a local competitor.
Ah,
And
Pep.
Pep.
Pep's got a bit of pep
and
to it.
changed it to Pepsi Cola.
So we just added a C. Pepsi.
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 There's another universe, right? Where he never changed the
Where
name.
Brad's
and it's
Cola
still
is-
called Brad's Drink.
Brad's Drink.
you
And
go
then he
to the
bought
bar.
Gillingham.
Yeah.
And then the different Brad bought Gillingham.
If you founded a company, a product a day called Bragg's Drink,
Yeah.
people would call it a work of marketing
They would.
genius.
Yeah.
They'd love
Imagine
it.
going into a pub and going, "Can I have a Coke, please?" And they're like, "Is Brad's Drink all right?" And you're like, "Yeah, that's fine."
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm stealing
I
this.
prefer Brad's Drink, actually.
I'm stealing this fact from QI, I believe.
Hmm.
I'm going to get this wrong, but I think the dude who invented Scrabble,
Oh, yeah.
his second game, literally was just called Arnold's second game. like he made a shit ton of money off Scrabble, and then came up with another game and just called it.
Oh, I want
know.
that
Yeah.
more than I want Scrabble.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
But yeah, I agree with your original principle.
Yes,
you.
whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah.
Right, should we get these loves out of the way so we can get this? We can
Yeah,
start
let's
the year
burn
in
through 'em.
style.
Yeah. Right. Well, my love. Right. So get this.
Get this.
Get this. Listen.
Here we go.
So
Whoa,
I- so then I said to- then I said to the
Fuckos.
president, get this.
So when you go on a train, you go first class. That is called first class.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you go back to talking about oysters again? Because I
Yeah,
feel, the common man is losing at it.
Yeah, we are leaving the common man way behind now. Believe me.
I've only ever been on first class, like I haven't paid for it. I just snuck in.
Have you ever been first class on a train?
Yeah.
Right.
Only
you
because I snuck in.
Yeah, I
No.
snuck into first class on
Yeah,
a train
yeah,
once,
yeah.
and I
I
got
can't
kicked,
afford
I
it.
got kicked out. Well, I was with a load of friends, and one of our friends was like, "If we pretend to fall asleep, they woke us up because you're not allowed to wake up first class passengers."
Is that true?
That's what he said.
Yeah.
And then we all pretended to be asleep, and he came over, just like, "Wake up!"
Yeah.
And we were like, "Oh."
It's probably true unless they suspect you're not really a first
Indeed,
class
and we did not look it.
customer.
So anyway, on a train, first class. On the plane, business class, right?
Yes.
I think it's what it's called.
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah,
they call
yeah.
it first class. It's called business class. Never been.
I thought there was business class and first class.
Was there?
I don't know. I don't know.
Might be true.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Get this.
Yeah.
On a ferry.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Just a classic vehicle ferry, the crappy Brittany ferry that you might go over to France
Sure.
for Christmas, for example.
If
First
that
class.
was happen.
First class is called Commodore class.
Oh,
Right.
The Commodore is in town.
Commodore.
And we fucking did it.
Oh.
Yes.
You did
we
you did
we
Commodore
upgraded
class?
to Commodore class.
Wow.
Right. And the hilarious thing about that is that it's really not very expensive or very amazing.
Oh, very nice.
But,
Yeah.
but I fucking loved it. It was incredible.
What are the key differences?
So, well, you get a cabin.
Do you?
Right. So you can have a cabin.
How long were
anywhere.
you on it?
9 hours.
Oh, really?
It takes ages. Yeah.
It's very slow.
It's a very
That
slow
does
boat.
sound like a slow process.
And this is the thing. When we went over, it was a night crossing, so we just fell asleep. So it doesn't
Whereabouts
matter.
in France did it go to then?
Brittany, like North Coast. Yeah, Brittany.
That's a long.
But it sort of goes.
It does seem long.
It sort of goes west a lot. So it goes south out of Portsmouth.
I think they've mugged you off.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a way to hike up
Yeah.
ticket price.
Oh, well.
Well, there's no other.
long as you
boats.
had a nice time.
I mean, I can't swim it. Had a great time because I had
Not
Commodore class.
Yeah.
I went Commodore. Okay?
Commodore.
So
The
you can,
Commodore.
so you can just be like a passenger. You park your car in the bottom of it,
Sure.
and then you don't really have a base anymore.
Yeah.
Right, you're just wandering free in the floors and levels of this
Mm.
this godforsaken boat, which has fuck all in it except chupa chups and whiskey. That's really it.
Chops and whiskey.
That's all you can buy from the shop. There's
Sure.
perfume as well, I guess, if you give a fuck. And Toblerone. There's always Toblerone.
Yeah, yeah.
Then you can upgrade one step, and you can have a cabin. Right, and these cabins are very, very small, very, very pokey. You can have a 2-berth or a 4-berth, and then
Yeah.
kind of like you have hatches that fall down with the beds on
Nice.
like hydraulic arms and stuff, and they're very, very small, And then you can go up to a deluxe cabin,
Oh.
and then you got I don't know what they're like, but they've got a bit more space.
Oh, wait. Deluxe is not Commodore.
That's right.
Fuck.
Because then there's Commodore.
3 levels.
Fuck you.
And
I'm
Commodore,
interested now.
Commodore, right? The room is like a slightly higher class.
Oh, yeah.
Ibis Budget.
Nice.
Right. But Ibis Budget, great hotel, but
Yeah.
definitely, without argument, a cheap hotel. Bottom end of the hotels.
Literally the
world,
words
right?
in the.
But when you're on a ferry and you have a room that's the size of and quality of an
Yeah.
Ibis Budget, you are a fucking king.
You're-
You're an
Yeah.
emperor of the sea.
top level.
Right. And so that's what we had. We had
Yeah.
2 actual beds. These weren't bunks
Wow.
with ladders and shit. These were like beds.
Wow.
Then we also had a sofa. We had a coffee table. We had a desk. We had a TV. The TV had movies in it.
Did it
We
really?
watched 2 movies
Good
on
God.
there. Yeah. We had a little balcony. We had a sliding door and our
Oh.
own private balcony. We looked out over the rushing waves of
Yeah.
the ferry going at 3 knots. Maybe
If
less.
that, yeah.
Yeah. It was incredible.
Yeah,
And it didn't even
that-
cost that much. You just get on the boat, right? You got
does
a normal
sound good.
ticket.
Yeah.
And that's
Do you have a special pass? You walk
well,
around
you
with?
get a special ticket to unlock your door,
Nice.
right? But then you go up to the counter, you just go, "Hey, buddy."
Hey,
Uh,
I've seen.
Hi, friend.
I've seen what you call
Yeah,
deluxe.
we saw it on the website.
Yeah.
We're like, we've seen deluxe, but we don't want deluxe
We
today.
want Commodore.
We're wondering if you've got any Commodores for you. He's like, let me just check. Tippy tappy on his computer. Yeah, we have a Commodore for you.
Oh,
I'd like to upgrade.
Let me just check. Plays Minesweeper. Yeah, we got a Commodore. Yeah.
Because no
you're
one buys any.
actually, you're actually the first person who's asked.
But then not only that, so you have a Commodore, and also every room has a unique name. Ours was called like Jean L'Espace or something. I don't know who that was, but probably some amazing.
He
Commodore.
invented the budget hotel room.
He invented the 9-hour crossing between
Yeah,
Britain
yeah.
and Portsmouth.
Just take them around the houses.
greatest-
Just take them around the houses.
Greatest scam.
That's incredible.
We'll charge them the 9 hours. Just take them around the houses.
Yeah, it'll cost like 200
Go
quid.
up to Newcastle if you have to.
So not only do you get a named room, right? But then you go down the corridor and there's the Commodore Lounge,
Wow.
which has a lock on it, and only your key
Oh.
opens the Commodore. So no like riffraff can get
Yeah.
into
Yeah,
the
you got
Commodore
to
Lounge.
keep those deluxe thuggos out. Yeah.
Fucks out,
Yeah.
right?
What's in the lounge?
And in there, it looks like it's sort of like seats,
Sure.
right? With a view out the back of the boat.
Oh.
And honestly, if you were anywhere else, you'd be like, "This is shit." They're like really stiff benches with
Yeah.
like crappy upholstery or whatever.
Yeah.
But because everywhere else on the ferry
Was it even
is
more
so
shit? Yeah.
Like the bar is so low that the instant you have this little space
Yeah.
that has slightly nicer seats in it, you're like,
Oh,
"This is worth it.
this is
fucking worth it."
incredible.
And there's like a Nescafe machine.
Oh.
And then infinite croissants, right? There's these.
They're really nailing the stereotypes, aren't they?
Just like an Ibis budget, which is like
No. Oh yeah. Well, exactly. Yeah.
The Ibis budget of the sea.
You can have as many croissants on Ibis budget as you want continental
Brilliant.
breakfast
Yeah.
in the morning. And it's the same for the Commodore. Honestly, I think there might be some synergy here.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they just have trays upon trays of croissants.
Wow.
And we were there for a little while, sat in the Commodore Lounge, obviously, because we were Commodores.
Yeah.
And
I mean, you've paid for it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And croissants ran out, partly because of Alice, who really likes a croissant.
Sure.
And I think she had 12.
Brilliant.
And then we just see like a door opens, like a secret door in a wall that maybe was just wallpaper before, and a person comes in with a tray full of croissants, and there's just more now.
More croissants.
And then they just disappear. They
That's their
blend
one
back
job.
into the wall. Yeah.
A door opened and we fell into the sea.
And then we came back a little while later, and like there were more croissants. There's just always for the full 9 hours there was as many croissants. as you could eat.
That's the Commodore promise. There will never not be. There will never
Hi,
not be.
I'm the Commodore.
That's the Commodore.
And my
promise.
guarantee to you is that we will never run out of croissant.
There will never not be croissants.
I can't speak to the quality of the upholstery. But as
But
long
I-
as I'm a
long as I
Commodore,
live,
As long as there is breath in my body.
there will be fresh croissants in the lounge.
I was really hoping that being a Commodore would come with other perks as well.
Yeah.
Like I wanted other people on the boat to know I was a Commodore,
Yeah, I think that's fair.
and I think
You want
I'd-
a lanyard with like a different coloured
exactly or a hat.
thing.
A hat,
Or
yeah,
Commodore's
yeah.
hat.
Good, yeah.
And like, because I think most people would look at someone like me, how I'm dressed, how I look,
Sure.
and they'd be like, he's
He
not a
shouldn't-
Commodore.
he shouldn't be
He's not
here.
Commodore material.
He shouldn't even be on this boat.
This is awful, man.
Exactly.
I
I want to dispel like presumptions like that.
Question: what time of day did you board
We boarded about I think 10:30ish, something like that,
in
the morning.
morning?
Yes,
Croissant time.
How busy was the?
croissant
was,
o'clock. There were a couple of families in there,
Sure.
which is actually a bit disappointing to
Yeah.
me because I was like, I thought Commodores were like had priced out families,
Yeah, I don't
But
see
they-
a child in the.
but there were children in the Commodore Lounge.
Sure.
And then
That's disappointing.
And then there were a couple of elderly couples, retired couples. I was like, yeah, you're Commodores. I can
Yeah.
accept you guys for sure. Then there were a couple of singletons who maybe were business. I don't
Yeah,
know.
sure.
Yeah. So, your luxury room,
Yes.
was that accessible off the Commodore Lounge, or was that like,
No.
like a different?
So there was all these corridors with the standard cabins and the deluxe cabins, I presume, and then you keep going down those. Weirdly, you had to walk further as a Commodore, which I also didn't appreciate, because I think the riffraff should have to walk past my room.
Yeah, they should. Yeah.
But maybe the other way around is quite good because I can't be disturbed. I don't know. Anyway, so I walk past all the riffraff rooms, and then there's a big circular sign. It's like a plaque, and it just says Commodore Suite or something like that. And now you're into a whole new breed of boat.
Right.
And now the doors all look different. The doors are much larger. They're spaced apart much more because, of course, the rooms are bigger. And they all have these names of different, I guess, Commodores. I don't know.
Yeah.
So ours had a unique name on it. And then, so yeah, the corridor kind of changes. And then when you get to the very end of the corridor, that's where the lounge is.
Just imagining rooms like called Lionel Richie. Different Commodores.
This is like classic, like manufactured
Yes.
want. Like,
Yeah,
if you put,
because as I said, it wasn't that like impressive, really.
Yeah,
But
like-
it was by virtue of contrast.
like if you put out, I don't know, 200 chairs in like a village hall, you know, and
Yes.
then you're like, oh, it looks a bit shit. But then if you put like a velvet rope across
Yeah.
half
Yes.
the room,
Makes it
said,
exclusive.
Oh,
And
I'm
you said
sorry, no,
Premiere.
this is the Commodore Lounge.
Yeah.
I'd be like, fuck, I want to be
I
in
wanna
the
be in
Commodore
there.
Lounge.
Look at them.
What's that? Is that a croissant?
It does. It sounds like something that would be spectacularly disappointing
the thing is,
if it was
wasn't-
anywhere else.
Well, this is it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't disappointing. And also, ferries are notoriously uncomfortable. So actually having a room that big and that comfortable, albeit a very base level
Sure.
of comfort, was actually so valuable.
Did you have a sleep?
Didn't actually.
No.
No, because there were movies and things to do.
Yeah,
so-
but wait, but you got on at 10:30 in the morning,
Yes.
and it was a 9-hour.
Yeah.
So
I'd have had
Got
a
up
sleep.
at like something like 6, 7. I
yeah,
think.
that's not sleeping time.
No, this is why I upgraded.
I'd have made
Right.
it sleeping time.
Because we slept on the way over, and so we had to have a cabin on the way over. So we
Yeah.
had the shittest, lowest level 4-berth cabin.
Oh, I
we-
see.
We
Okay.
could have because it was a night one, and I didn't care because I was unconscious. So
Right,
I don't
yeah.
care how uncomfortable I am because I'm going to be unconscious.
Sure.
I didn't sleep very well, but I slept. On the way back, knowing I was going to be conscious the entire time, I wanted the most comfort.
Something more luxurious.
Yeah.
What,
Because-
what movies
because
did you watch?
Watched Free Guy,
Oh yeah.
which I hadn't seen
Ryan
before, but,
Reynolds,
yeah, quite
yeah.
enjoyed that. And I watched Frozen 2.
Nice. So the choices were quite limited.
Well, yeah, you
yeah.
know, a little
Only
bit,
movies
yeah.
starting with FR.
Yes, that's
yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I remember being on a ferry in Indonesia.
Oh, we went to Indonesia.
Indonesia, yeah, and we had a what do you call it, cabin. Because of course we were Westerners, you know, so
Yeah.
we got the best. And this is a ferry which I think could legally hold 3,000,
Okay.
and I believe there were 12,000 on the boat.
God.
So like literally every corridor was just full of people just like sleeping on the floor.
That is
my
mad.
God.
And I remember the cockroaches on the pillow. That was fun. Yeah, it was good. It was
Forget
good.
that.
It was a good time.
Didn't have
Yeah.
any cockroaches on my
That's
pillow.
good. Well, my memories of being on a boat in accommodation of the cruise, obviously.
Ah,
I've
that's
spoken about
probably a
before.
higher level of.
That was, yeah. I mean, that was.
Oh yeah, but you
supposed to be though.
you couldn't
Yes.
move, 5 meters without tripping over a steak, though, could you?
I mean, well, everyone kept approaching me saying, "Oh my God, you don't have a drink in your hand."
Oh my God, you have a steak.
I'm so
in your
sorry,
hand.
sir.
I can only apologise on behalf of all of us at MSC.
Please eat this foie gras, where I
Yeah.
throw myself into Poseidon's
Yeah,
wrath.
it was. I mean, yeah, it was close to that.
Yeah.
You're not exaggerating by that much, so
Yeah,
that does sound good though.
I
That does
imagine
sound
this
good.
room was probably the lowest class of room on
Yeah.
a cruise.
That's quite insulting what Nick just said though to you.
Nah, it's all right.
This is
Yeah.
your house.
Yeah, well, we've got 3 people in here right now. That's unbearable. Can
Yeah,
you
we're
imagine?
not.
Yeah.
We could lie down in here, I suppose.
Yeah. You could just about you get like a triple
You could
bunk
put
in
put
here,
Frozen
maybe.
2 on a screen up there. Or something.
It was bigger than this room.
Right. Yeah.
Commodore
Okay.
suite.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Oh, that's
I'm
Commodore-
not
that's
a ferry,
Commodore
am I,
money.
Nick? I don't. I don't what
That's
you want from
Commodore
me.
money,
No.
yeah.
Start trying harder, I guess.
No.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's wrap this up. What's your love?
My love is winning over a nervous dog.
Your dog?
No, not my dog's not nervous.
I know. That's why I
Pull
asked.
the other one, John.
Hey.
So my in-laws have recently moved to the area.
Oh.
Last couple of weeks, just before Christmas.
Very good.
And they have 2 dogs.
Ah.
One's quite old, God love her. She's still going, and she's made the move, which is good. Phoebe, and then there's Louis, who he looks a bit like a boxer, but not a boxer.
Sure.
Quite a big dog. But he was when I first met him about 6 years ago now. He was so nervous, wouldn't come anywhere near me, barking, backing off. And gradually, he's a rescue.
Oh, okay.
He's 9 years old now, and you can tell he's just nervous of dudes for
Sure.
whatever reason. We'll never know, obviously.
So
Just
not
backing off.
ladies.
No, ladies, he seems okay
Ah, interesting.
for whatever reason. So there's obviously something going on in his past. And gradually, I've won him over. I've played ball with him and everything. And they've just moved to the area, and having seen him now a bit more frequently than I did, we're now best mates, me and Louis. So I'll show you. I'll put this on the group when the pod goes out. But this was me and him the other day.
Oh,
So there you go.
Best mate.
There's a kind of screaming look in the dog's eyes, like
Yeah,
he might
like-
be being held hostage in this image.
But that's him.
like
That's
Brad's
him and
wife.
I. He's jumping up at my face and biting my skull off. No, he's not. He was giving me kisses actually. God bless him. And this was a dog that wouldn't come anywhere near me not that long ago. So
'Cause it-
that feeling's a good feeling. If you work at something like that, and the dog sort of reciprocates in the end, then that's a nice feeling.
It's like you go, oh, I can't imagine why he's scared of me. It's like I'm a dog. You get this kind of black and white flashback to the bank robbery, and he's the guard who, he saw he saw your face.
Yeah.
He saw your face.
That must be why.
You made it very clear what would have happened if
tell the other dogs what you saw.
you want to be a hero.
Is there any greater achievement than winning over a dog, particularly a nervous dog? Because if it's a person, you can bullshit him. You can tell him some
Dogs
sort of story.
know.
But dogs,
Dogs
like,
know.
Dogs know.
dogs know.
No.
Dogs are the best of us, I think.
They are the best.
I think
yeah.
the dogs are really
Yeah.
really are the best of us.
Yeah,
so.
I don't really care about people, but
Yeah.
give me a dog in need. You know.
There you go.
There you go. That's
So
great.
that is my love really, and it's been nice to bond with him this week, last couple of weeks or so, and yeah, we're
Very good.
best pals now.
Wow.
So yeah, I'll post that on the group. Anyway.
That's a
That's
heartwarming
magical.
story.
No,
That's a genuine one. That's a genuine
My
one.
words sound like I'm being sarcastic and
Yeah.
dismissive,
Yeah.
but no, that genuinely look at me. That genuinely is
Look
quite,
at me.
That's genuinely
That's
quite
a
a
nice
nice story.
Yes,
yeah.
a nice story.
It's
a
really
nice story.
reignited my faith in humanity.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Sure, all of that.
particularly in you.
Yeah,
As a human.
Well, we'll see. We'll see if that bet comes in, won't we? So,
Yeah, we'll see.
Well,
Thanks, John.
he's really set the tone here, so I'd like to continue.
John's going to say something hilarious now.
I love my new keyboard.
Brilliant.
There we go.
Did you get a keyboard Christmas?
Maybe I should have gone last.
I bought a keyboard
Okay.
with my Christmas money.
I got a keyboard for
Not
Christmas.
wait, a musical keyboard?
Computer keyboard.
A computer keyboard. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Cool.
What's yours like?
It's like it's very.
You got a mechanical
So
one.
This is what you said
Dickhead,
earlier. Yeah.
Dickhead, yeah.
Did you get one?
No, I was chatting about this earlier, going like.
We were talking about this earlier on
I was saying,
today.
like, you can go really high end, and get like these kind of luxury mechanical.
John
ones,
and
like,
I,
going-
John
Yeah,
and
that's what
I
I did.
occasionally hang out outside of this podcast, and we went for lunch earlier.
I
We
can't
were
believe it.
talking about this.
What's
I
yours?
just wanted to one up you.
I know. I was like, I looked at them. and
John,
I was like,
that's literally what he said. He said they're just too expensive for me.
I said, I can't.
Well, it was a
justify
present. I didn't buy it.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah,
it was
yeah.
my main present from Alice.
Oh, what's it like? Tell us about your keyboard.
Oh, it's amazing.
I love my inferior keyboard. Nick's got a Commodore keyboard.
Yeah, I got one of those Commodore keyboards.
John's
Yeah.
just got the Super Deluxe.
What colour is it?
It's orange, black, and white.
Oh, I think I know what he's talking about. It looks
He's backed you off, John.
It looks really nice.
He's backed you off.
It looks incredible.
Anyway, so I type a lot. I spend a lot of time.
I didn't even type that much. I draw.
I might not even use it.
I might throw away.
All you press is Control S.
Usually I forget to do that.
So I type a lot, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna treat myself. I'm
like
gonna
you
get.
never treat
I'm going to
yourself
treat myself to a shit
or
keyboard.
buy anything for yourself ever. I know. And then the one time you
What thing
do,
I do when you beat me?
I'm like, I'll buy a better one.
Straight away.
Anyway, it's been that's
There you
my
go.
love. Yeah.
I'm
Mine's
not sorry. Mine's better.
Mine's all right. Yeah.
Mine is just taken from work.
Cool.
Work gave me mine.
Another day, another box of
Stolen
pens.
stolen keyboards.
Anyway,
What one?
good question.
Well, there's a very heartwarming story in the loves.
I really love
There
Nick's
was.
keyboard.
Yeah, my keyboard.
That sounds
I
great.
kind of got two loves, which I think is important for me.
Can you ask me again in May if it was love or hate?
Yeah, we can check that in.
I'm not going to remember. No, and nobody's listening to keep us
I
honest.
guarantee we won't remember
This
this.
podcast
No.
will be dead before May.
Yeah.
May you'll probably be saying something about football. We'll remember.
That's
yeah.
I do follow football.
I'm
quite
very
closely.
interested in Brad now. I'm really invested in
Brad Gallinson, if you want to look him up.
Gallinson.
Oh,
the Brad Gallinson.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
Yeah. Sure.
So, is it confirmed? Is it love?
I'm saying love.
Is 2023 starting with love?
I mean, I started 2023 with a Commodore Sweet experience. Then I heard a great story about a dog, and then I beat John's love with my keyboard.
Yeah.
So it's like it's
an obvious one for
It's
Nick,
a really
isn't
good
it?
day for me.
I'd say you go next because you've been bested.
Yeah, well, it's probably love, isn't it? I don't know, you know.
Oh, go on then.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
So, okay. So we did it. Like another year.
Another year down.
No,
How many years have we done this now? Too
well,
many.
we didn't record for like 6 months or so.
I don't think so.
Yeah, but let's call that time that we did record.
When did we do our first one?
2017.
Really?
That
Yeah.
is very upsetting.
We're really good at this.
Yeah, and that's why this is our 500th episode.
What is this? 1, 2,
1, 2,
1, 2,
9, 8, 7?
2, something.
No,
Double figures.
we're up in the 20s, yeah.
Yeah, double figures.
Now, if it weren't for you, we probably would have got a whole 25 episodes out of the previous year.
Oh dear.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Yeah, you brought us
I'm
down,
not sorry.
basically. Yeah.
This is an intervention actually at the end of 2022.
Yeah.
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 My New Year's resolution
Yeah, go on,
Okay.
yeah, come on,
is
positive
to
for the
turn
new
up
year.
to even fewer podcasts.
Ah, look at that. He's going to relegate us into the lower league of
no,
podcasts.
I'll be